Hello, interwebs. Woo! So, what a morning. I actually did exercise. There was dog training. There was it's like a world of scheduling around here. It's kind of marvelous. How is everybody? Mmm, a little Doctor Who Java. If only Doctor Who made his own Java, it'd be amazing. Time, space, and caffeine. Where are we on the things here? Here we go. We got an hello for B Lab. We've got Becca Mama Bear, Shutterfoot, Monkey Bacon. I like that name. Howdy to you. Lady Shelley, Pack Mom, lovely Pack Mom. Shutterfoot, yes, Pack Mom. Darling Clementine. Darling Clementine, how the heck are you? You holding up? Holding up all right? Monkey Bacon is surviving the pandemic. The usual. Isn't that neat how that's just become the norm, you know? Check how many people are sick and dying at the beginning of the day and then sort of go about your business. It's just very freaking odd. Malik VR, morning to you. Who else we got? Gizzle. What is it? GZZ GLC. I like that. What do we got? Jesse McKay, Mandozaya, DH Phoenix, Offsad, Karam Kefo, afternoon to you. Lots of hearts and smiley faces and little critters with hearts. I do love it. Hello all, says Val. Pac-Man was just thinking of darling Clementine. Haven't chatted in a bit. I'm doing well, thank you. Currently in mid-storm here. Oh yeah, there you go. Apparently we've got the remnants sort of moving through for us, so it shouldn't be too bad. Life's been hectic. We have to catch up. Well, we all have to catch up, darling Clementine. Well, I'm sorry, Pac Mom and darling Clementine, is there something you want to share with the class? I gotta say, I love seeing people connecting in the chat. It just makes my day. I don't know why, but there's just something about the idea that these also make connections with other people. There's a great show that I used to watch as a kid. I should look it up. I wonder if there must be episodes around. It was called Connections, and it was this amazing sort of British scientist, you know, typically sort of mad hair, mad eyes, and brilliant mind, you know, witty, fast, and you know, well-educated folk. And he would make these crazy connections between different sort of inventions and moments in time throughout sort of human history. And I just loved that show. I always thought, like, one day I'll grow up and I'll do a show like that. But I feel the same way about the human connections on this stuff, where I really love seeing people sort of befriending each other. I used to love it on D-Geek as well, where there were like groups of people who would become a little community. And I just always feel like to me, that's success in this kind of thing, when you see people doing this kind of stuff. So, hello, Bronze Scale. Who else we got here? Geek Guy Joe. Jose from Mexico here. Changed my nickname. Oh, very good. Well, you know, it can be who you want here, right? That's the whole point. Neo Force. I quite like that. Neo Force. What's up, I? Well, I'm up. That's something, I guess. So, yeah, we have not done yoga for a while since we got this wretched coyote kangaroo thing that they call a mutt. Huzzah, as we call her. So she is... like, people ask me what type of dog she is. Truly, she's got like the back end of like a rabbit or a kangaroo, and then the whole front end is just a sort of a coyote. And I said to Baz last night, to Bratlet, that I feel like I don't want to jinx it, but I'm like, is it possible that we've just fluked into another amazing dog? Because, I mean, Mars was sort of an extraordinary anomaly of a beast, of a dire wolf, and this is just, while completely different, a very similar kind of loving. I call her Red Sparrow, because she's almost too clever. She's like a Soviet spy, like a Soviet era spy. The way she figures out how to manipulate us into giving her food or walks or you know, what was it this morning? I think I gave her 25 minutes of tummy rubs just to buy a little more time in bed. I'm like lying in bed trying to sleep with this hand going, sort of clawing her wherever she put me. So I just thought that was kind of interesting that she's smart enough to have me worked out from there. Die Grafen. Hello, David from Germany. Germany, setting the example. I heard that you're shutting down all your coal fire plants. You're like, well, we got 12 years until we're screwed with this environment thing, so let's get on it. I I freaking love you for that. That's amazing. Jaspin Muir says hello. Jaspin Muir, like myrrh maybe. I don't know, myrrh. Like gold, frankincense, and myrrh. I like that. Karen Keffo. David's falling in love with. No, I'm not. No. Don't even take that back. I'm not falling in love with a dog I didn't want. I am merely putting up with a terrible situation I find myself in. Like I said, maybe we haven't made a terrible choice with the dog. I know we made a terrible choice with the child, but that dog has you right where it wants you. Yeah, no kidding. I was wondering if you ever played Alien Isolation. I'm not. If not, I would like to get you a copy on Steam. I bet Spaz would scream in horror with it. Really? Offset. Well, that's a very kind offer. So Alien Isolation. See, Baz loves these horror games. Then, of course, is up all night because of it. Although he's getting better about keeping it quiet now. I go to bed now to the sound of his various different media components going, sounding off because he's listening and watching and all sorts of stuff. I did have a big chat with him the other day about TikTok, and we have severely limited that. Because I said to him, I talked to Jane about it, and I said, I feel like, I would, if he's spending all that time on screens, I'd honestly rather he was doing gaming. I'd rather he was grinding to get a better score on a game or talking with his friends. Like he spent hours yesterday online, hours and hours gaming, which I felt really mixed about, except that he was online with his friends and they were in Minecraft. They're trying to figure out how to make a netherite machine and stuff, and they're just laughing and riffing off each other. And I just thought, I don't know how I can't give him that in this world right now. So the idea that he could do it online is sort of extraordinary to me. So on your millionth rewatch of Atlantis, Monkey Bacon, wow. Really? So you're just like, I wonder what that McKay guy is up to, and then you found this, huh? What? Shut up, Alexa. All right, I'm only allowed to say that to machines. So somebody I saw way back where somebody did a little Shutterfoot. Thank you very much for the subscription. Very kind of you. I'm sorry it took me so freaking long to notice it. What else we got here? We could hear you yesterday saying "good girl." What? No, Shutterfoot. No, I'm sure that wasn't me. John P7, I'm very good. Yourself? Hello, Baz. Hello, Ironham. Hello, Baz. Baz is listening. Like I said, the dog proving to be maybe not as much of a mistake as perhaps the son was. Love you, buddy. Okay, Alien Isolation. Terrifying. Is it really? I started playing it on the easiest difficulty and discovered I'm such a coward because I got too invested in it that I forget it's all fake. Really? Aha. So Ironham, Bratlet, I don't know if you noticed in the chat or not, but we're talking about this Alien Isolation game, which is apparently absolutely terrifying, and people want to see you play it. And in fact, so much so that they're willing to get us the game to play. You were all clever people here. What is stop motion? What is stop motion? What the process of stop motion is just basically taking a series of images, and then when played very quickly together, they become an animation. Is that what you're asking about? Amazing old technique. I used to watch in things like Sinbad and the Golden Voyage and a lot of the Harryhausen stuff. Just an amazing art form, and it's sort of more recently being done with like Kubo and was it 7 strings, 5 strings, whatever it is. And that company, I can't remember what they're called now. The company that does that, I want to say Revolution or something, but they're just amazing stuff. It's got this extraordinary look to it, and now that it's being sort of bolstered by robotics and VFX now to such an extent that the movies are I think they're extraordinary. So, hello, James. How are you, sir? Oh, I feel so guilty, James. I need to get around to this RPG thing, but I just haven't got the time. It's ridiculous. It's comforting during this time to watch Atlantis. My wife and I love Stargate in general, but Atlantis is the favorite. Oh, well, then you have obviously fine taste, and Monkey Bacon will fit in here very, very well. Yes, Monkey Bacon, welcome, and enjoy this sort of wonderful little community we got going here, because it's a great bunch. I think you'll enjoy it. I'm sorry I won't be quite as horrible as McKay, but I'll do my best whatever I can. Thanks to my daughter doing a Stargate vid asking my advice. Oh, thanks to my daughter's doing a Stargate vid asking my advice. Yeah, stop motion. I'm trying to think of good resources. Aardman Animation. Look at what Aardman's up to. They do Wallace and Gromit. I got the wrong trousers. They did Curse of the Were Rabbit. Some fantastic Chicken Run, I believe. Yeah, great stuff for stop motion stuff. In fact, that's a really interesting question. I might consider throwing that down for some Tech Bandit stuff. So, James Gurney is very grumpy. Just had a faculty meeting re our response to COVID. Uh-oh. What's that about, James? What do they say? I'm big sad, almost done with Atlantis rewatch. But here's the great thing, Esoteric. Now you've got me here, and I can be just as snarky. I'm afraid I can't give you all the science fiction, but you can do the rewatches with us. Music video for Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer. Yeah. Oh my God, that's going back a ways. We're a bit dated, aren't we, around here? I like your shirt. Berlin. Ampelmann. Exactly. It's the traffic lights. That's what this is from Berlin. My wife is in love with Berlin, and I'm in love with my wife, so I'm now in love with Berlin as well. And we watched Atomic Blonde. Yeah, she used to do the Berlin Film Festival every year. Of course, this year was her last trip before COVID. In fact, I think a few people came back with COVID from that. Hopefully not my wife. Well, we'll see. Maybe we've had it. Who knows? But yeah, Berlin. Love it. And of course, the Ampelmann is very much a part of that. This is so basically, for those of us in America and Canada, where we have the little white, the white Walkman and the red hand, they have a red and a green Ampelmann, and that's how they do their lights. Also, Mir is my actual name, and it's pronounced like the word Mir. Oh, very good. So it's Jaspin Mir for everybody who wants to say that. No worries. You're welcome. What do we got? And a big piece of chocolate. Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it? What do you got? Let me see. I missed James's response here. Is there a way to search back for? I just find it so hard to keep track. James Gurney, very grumpy. Yes, there's the first one. And now I'm going back to find the next response, which I don't see, just that you're very grumpy. Did you find a solution to the video hosting for the WordPress site? I didn't, and I did, if that makes sense. I found that the site we've got and the setup we've got is very... it's a good deal right now for me. So I would like to make that work if I can. That said, there's some development funding I'm looking into. In fact, I'm talking to some peeps in the near future. Actually, I should go check when I'm doing that. But I'm going to be talking to some people here at some of the Ontario funds about it. And so if that is something that can happen, I think what I might do is come up with a more robust, like from scratch build of a site that would allow this stuff to grow better and be sort of start small, but perhaps spend a little bit more money off the top so that it can scale better. So that is it. Jono Streams. I'm glad I'm on Twitch now too. I gotta say, I kind of love it. Jedi Killer. How are you, Jedi Killer? Monica Lake's got coffee. Wolfbane's here. All right. What do we got? Ampelmann, traffic light, indeed. What else we got? What are you not fond of? Vegas never got its payoff in season 6. Yeah, Vegas was a weird one. I mean, it was a labor of love, I think, for Coop. I mean, it was really he really wanted to play with that, but and of course we were all terribly resentful because we were like, oh, all the money's getting spent on this one, and we don't get to play Stargate stuff, and so. But geez, executive producers, they get to do these things. We are predicting about 100 staff and students will die. And the admin response is that is okay as it saves 100 million. I feel like Cassandra cursed to prophesize only to be ignored. Oh, and don't worry about the RPG we will play one day. Jesus, James. Does it ever make you want to just go home, James? Or maybe get a job in Canada? That's just shocking. Wow. My mic is very quiet, is it? Is anyone else having that problem, or is it just our friend Kobe? I'll move it a bit closer. How's that? See if that makes a difference. I must say, my desk is beginning to get a little cluttered again because I'm playing. Yes, it is quiet. Is it? Okay. I don't quite know why this is. Let me see if there's anything I can do. Does it help if I do this? Is that better? Is it better if I do that? Okay, I've rewatched Fringe now. Oh yeah, there you go. Warehouse 13, nice. I'm semi-lurking as I'm writing module content for our students for next year at the same time. Big thoughts and hugs for all educators and artists in the USA right now. Yeah, no kidding, Noise Monkey. Yeah, it's. I think it's going to be rough up here in Canada too. People are beginning to realize, wait a second, if we're all going back to school, we don't have the right classroom sizes, we don't have the right stuff going on. So, yeah, I mean, James, I don't even know where to go with that. That's just such an extraordinary response. I mean, do you feel like you're covered on this stuff? Do you feel like your work at the university is are you able to protect yourself while you're there? I just keep turning up my volume. There you go. There you go, Lady Shelley. Is anyone getting it? I wonder, I could try something else here. I'm always so worried about messing with the sound live because I screw it up so many times. If I enable this as well, let's see if it does this. If I enable this as well, does this make it crazy? Or does that make it better, worse? What does it do to people? Or are you getting an echo? No. Okay, yeah, I thought that was the case. Hang on. How's that? We back to normal again? Echo. See, this is why I don't. No, don't, for God's sake. No, don't. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, so there's a bit of a lag, so I'll wait for people to, in slow-mo, so I'll wait to see what happens from here. Yes, keep going. How's that? Joe Flanagan wrote on Twitter that Cameo is the only way to keep in touch with SGA fans, and all I could think was, look at you and Twitch. There are definitely other ways. Didn't want to start something. Bronze scale. I mean, that's obviously the platform that he feels comfortable with, and I think that's fair enough. I mean, look, not everybody maybe add a filter and a tiny bit of gain to raise it up. Yeah, I'd love to, Malik. It's this freaking... This Apple, without hardware attached to it, Apple requires you to go around the sound, whatever it is, the piracy stopping systems on OS, Mac OS. So you have to install a different device as software to trick it into copying it and then sending it out. It freaking drives me crazy. So what I'm going to do is set myself up with a PC and shove all of my USB things into that because it'll be way, way better, and give up on this freaking Apple monopoly that my little world is a part of right now. Yeah, I can't imagine sending my kids to school right now. I don't even know how to deal with that. Hey, Toasted Fart, how are you? Sounds like Todd when you turn that on. Oh, really? Well, that could be good. Proximity drop. A little compression may help, but maybe angle your mic up a little if you're going to wander backwards, or get your kid to boom op for you. Oh my God, get Bradley with a boom. That'd be amazing. Yeah, I think the problem is this. I'm better here, but my mic stand is upstairs on my son's stream, so I'm up here instead. Maybe I can I bend it in a way that could make it... Let's see if I do this. Wait a second, hang on. Sorry, apologies for any sort of horrible noises that come out of this. But if I rotate this, I can rotate this like this. Let me do what's going to work. If I do this, if I rotate it like this, or I rotate it, let's see if I do this. Okay, just, please talk amongst yourselves. This will be great. I'm going to undo this. I'll probably lose the mic at some point, knowing me. Will I do this without breaking anything? There we go. I do that. There you go. So now I do that back up again. Okay. Here we go. Trying to do this. This is going to sound low for a second, so don't freak out. Don't freak out just yet. And then if I do this, and then... how's that? Maybe that's the issue. And thank you to whoever... Was it Noise Monkey who did that? I think you'll find that might be better. Okay. What do we got here? What do we got? I've been really behind, of course. I totally get the ones he chooses to use and the one you guys owe us nothing, but just thought it was funny that he said only way. Here's the thing. I think of everybody, of all the Atlantis folks, I think I am probably the most comfortable in this medium because I'm an early adopter. I I'm almost more interested in the technology and process for making film and entertainment than I am in the acting. The acting I feel is just one of those things that I guess once you've been doing it for so long, it loses some of the appeal to me. I didn't train for it. I just worked like a dog to get good at it and have been very, very lucky that I've been able to do it. But as a result, a lot of my areas of interest have been in programming and video creation. And, I was trying to do streaming video, back in the internet 1.0 days. I feel like I feel like, I feel like I have an advantage over a lot of other actors because of that. That really, I think if I was to be completely honest with myself, my real love is technology, and acting is something that has allowed me to do that. I love acting. Don't get me wrong. There's something wonderful about that as well. But certainly as I get older, I get more and more interested in this kind of thing. Whereas I think a lot of other actors, and this is not by any means a slight, but I think a lot of other actors they want to go the other way. They become more about the acting and less about the tech and all this sort of let's try new things and screw up. And I mean, I've been making a fool of myself since I was born, and I sort of enjoy it. I feel it's a bit like the dog at the dog park that just flops down and rolls on his back and goes, "I'm an idiot. Don't worry about me. I'm no threat." And that's sort of how I've gone into this stuff. So I like this stuff, to be honest. I think I probably get more out of it than you all do in some way, because I feel like I've got it. It really fulfills my feeling, my need to be out there, and not so much acting as sort of just conversing with other geeks and stuff, with the internerds. And I think Joe always struggled with the science fiction part of acting. I mean, Joe was not a sci-fi nerd like myself, or even David Blue is a good example as well. He's another one who sort of, I think, really enjoys the tech side of it, and is very good at that aspect of it. I mean, David is obviously a much younger generation than myself, so has a very different sort of take on this stuff. But I find all this stuff just amazing. Like I really enjoy it. And I think it also helps that I have a kid. You're right. Yeah, Congo, you're right. I think the kid definitely helps. But again, I feel like the kid definitely dragged me into the world of streaming. I was kicking and screaming into the world of streaming because I never did live stuff. I never did improv. I never did stand-up comedy. I never did any of that kind of stuff. So I feel like, he brought me into this stuff, and I've sort of kind of like blossomed in it. I freaking love it. Admittedly, my technical setup is a freaking disaster. It really is like a McKay Zelenka kludged setup here, because I've got cables everywhere hanging from the ceiling, lights, and I would love to formalize a streaming system and have it all boxed and cabled up and sorted out, but because I just don't have the funds for that, especially now. I'm eager to sort of make what I've got work, and also that's kind of my Tech Bandits thing is to try to get kids excited about stuff that maybe isn't the latest, greatest, flashiest, coolest stuff in the world. Like take an old laptop and turn it into something cool. You know what I mean? Like it's just that's my take, anyways. Thank you, Noise Monkey. I shall definitely keep that in mind. Esoteric. I was amazed that Linkin Park's Mike Shinoda does his streams almost all alone. No big company behind him. Has a mod for some PR team somewhere. Nice. But that's it. I think if you're a nerd, if you like this stuff, I mean, what's my friends, I have a friend who calls me an extrovert hermit, which I think is a fantastic description of me. I don't want to leave the house. I don't particularly like interacting with people in the real world. And even when I was online, when I first started, I didn't really communicate with other people. It was all about me and the computer than it was about me and other people. But I see Baz and I see this sort of social network that he's created online. Not a social network, it's the wrong term. A communications network that he has online where he's talking to people on chats and discords and and streams and such. And I'm kind of envious of that. I want that for myself too. So anyway, so really long-winded answer. But again, I feel like a lot of actors, I think, will feel that social media and this stuff is a responsibility or a is a responsibility, is part of their job basically. And there are definitely days I feel like, I better put something out there. But for the most part, it comes out of joy for me. Like I love working out a neat, funny little way of saying this or presenting this or throwing out a tweet that might make somebody think or laugh or that kind of stuff. It's just an entertainment thing, I think. But the wonderful thing for me is it's entertainment and technology. So says, were you Bunny Sinclair? Hello, Bunny Sinclair. You're new here. You're raiding with a party of 21. Oh my gosh, well, that's very kind of you. What have you been doing, Bunny Sinclair and your raiders and your Sinclair raiders? What have you been up to? I prefer socializing online because I get less social anxiety that way. Oh, that's interesting, Becca Mama Bear. David, you have been raided. Thank you, James. It took me a while, didn't it? A little slow, but yeah. So Bunny Sinclair, what were you streaming? What were you doing? Playing video games. Hollow Knight is kicking my ass. Aha! Hollow Knight, I see. I'm sure my son will look forward to doing battle with you. Yellow Raven says, raid, rocket. Very good. David, you should watch Mythic Quest. What is that? P7. Mythic Quest, like the sound of that. I've been watching this new show, which I'm going to get wrong. Someone's gonna get it. Someone's gonna have to correct me on it. But it's a Jiri. It's a British and was it a British and Japan based show? Is it Japanese and oh god, I got it confused. Japanese and basically Tokyo and London. It's between Tokyo and London. I don't know who splits up, who owns the thing or anything, but basically it's split between Tokyo and London. Amazing show, and I cannot get the name for it, but it's called it's God, is it somewhere where I can find it? Where can I find out what it's called? Jedi Killer, do you have the same? Yes, Cal, the crime show. Do you know what it's called? Like Giri Hinja or something? Giri, that's it. Giri Haji. Isn't it great? Are you watching it too, Cal? Yeah, it's, oh my gosh. So far, hello, Amusek. I'm always a little nervous to recommend a show before I've finished the season. But so far, I'm freaking loving this series. It's just, yeah, it's unexpected and it's and exciting and yeah, very good. Ang Beckett, how are you, Ang Beckett? Dang, David, you've been working out. I've been eating. I've been eating a lot. I just did yoga today, so I'm probably standing slightly straighter because I'm in absolute pain. And the yoga, I blame my wife entirely. Guizmo 1984, I was wondering if you tried playing Creating in Dreams by Media Molecule on PlayStation. We have a very old PlayStation. What do we have? What do we have, Bratlet? We just have the PlayStation. What do we have? Which PlayStation do we even have? I think we've got an old PlayStation, and we've got the Xbox is the newest one we've got. I've never even heard of that. But I shall have to have a look. What is that blinding light over your left shoulder? I don't know what you're talking about. That's just my sparkling personality. That blinding light is going to light this area, and I'm going to see if I can change this for you so that you'll be able to see it. What I'm going to do is the squirrel cam is also, I think, is it the squirrel cam that's going to work for this? Let's see what happens. Okay, you may lose sound for a second. Hang on, wait a sec. So that's my squirrel cam. I think if I go to this, look at that. So the idea was I wanted to do a little unboxing. So I thought maybe I could have that. What an awful picture. What is going on? Look at the noise in that. It's terrible. if I zoom out, no, it's zoomed out as wide as it can go. What if I lighten it up a bit? What if I make that blinding light even brighter and then tilt it down a bit, huh? Here we go. How's that? Is that going to be slightly less blinding for everybody? My broken phone there as well. All right, let me see if I can change that again. So I'll go back to that. There you go. I'm back again. Ooh, that's even more blinding, isn't it? It's kind of impressive though. Like, isn't that sort of like, okay? I don't know what kind of light you're talking about. Follow me. Follow me into the light, everybody. Don't go towards the light. Oh my gosh. Apparently Poltergeist is on one of the streaming services. I have to see that again. I have to show it to Baz because that's going to be a fun one. All right, chat. I've got horribly behind, haven't I? Cal's going to be very mad at me. That no card is annoying. What? You ascended. That no card is annoying? What's that? I don't know what that no card is annoying. A glowy squid McKay. Exactly. I had to replace a few screen doors because of the squirrel and mostly my dogs. Yeah. Yeah. What's your EEG reading? I have my EEG somewhere. I haven't set it up for here. I was thinking it'd be kind of fun to have it, to put it on the dog. See if I could put the EEG, the brain computer interface on the dog and see if I can get brainwaves from that. I mean, I imagine there'll be some, but you know. What should I watch? What am I watching? I have to watch the streams at 160p or else my laptop gives up. Oh no, Jasmine. Mir, I'm sorry. Talking computers. David, I was wondering if you saw Tao on Netflix and your opinion of it. Which was Tao? I usually watch a lot of those things. I'm not sure if I've watched Tao. On the workbench display, the camera doesn't have an SD card. Oh, I know. Yes, I know, K. Michael. I could put one in, but I just don't really feel the need to. But I might zoom in a little bit so you don't have to worry about seeing it. What about this? Let's see if I do this. If I do this. Oh, I've changed that. And now let's change this back. So we're going to have a squirrel cam, I think, if I go back to this. Yep, there you go, squirrel cam. Oh, this is good. I think I have this worked out now. So there you go. Now I'm there. No card. I see. Well, what I can do is when I do that, what I'll do is I could just move it up like that. And then you don't have to see that anymore. What do you think? If I do that, isn't that a much sexier picture? Look at that. You get to see the stand. That's boring. Nope. I see that. All right. And then I can switch it back again. This is so much fun. I feel like I feel like a real TV show. Oh, let's go to camera 2. Let's go to camera 1. Camera 2. Camera 1. Camera 2. Go to camera 1. Back to you on 3, 2. Okay. Chats. What do we got? What do we got? Chats galore. Love your action figure on the bench. Well, that's what I use. So the action figure on the bench is what I use when I have to step away. If I have to use the little boys' room or I have to, go fill up a coffee, I just do this is my high-tech way of saying, be right back, right? Waiting for my husband to wake up and tell me he had Stargate dreams again from hearing his voice. Oh, man. That's it. I heard David's voice in my dreams again. Horrible dreams. Much better. The no card would really annoy me. Bronze scale. There you go. Yeah. For the more obsessive amongst us, myself included, it could get a bit much. Okay. Yes. I'm waiting for my husband. LOL. What do we got? Alien Neil. Did I miss the unboxing? Was working on. No, I haven't. I haven't done it yet. Do you want to do it now? Should I do the unboxing? What can I do? Can I split the screen a bit? Why don't I do that? See if I can sort of split the screen in two. If I go a little smaller with me, I know it's hard to. I know that your instinct is saying no, don't do that. Why would you make David smaller? What a disaster. And then if I bring up this cam, and then move that on top, look at that. That's not bad. Except I got to move things. Do that. Does that help? That's better. Oh, that's better. If I go there. Oh, okay. Hey, I can move this table too. Watch this. I'll do this. Move that over. That's the wrong way. Move that to there. Look at this. Oh, wow. This could work. This could work. Okay, so big pile of junk. Sorry, lots of stuff to be playing with. And I'm in the way again, aren't I? What if I move myself over a little bit? Would that be better over here? Would that be really weird? That could be kind of weird, actually. Look, because you'll see when I go. Ooh, there. It's like giant hands. Okay, so unboxing. What do we think? I feel like I could move this over a bit again. If I go, look at that. There we go. Let me get rid of some of this junk. some of this stuff. I got so many things I've got to do. So many things. Look, I've got the stickers from last time. Oh, I thought it was stuck to the... No, I guess not. Yeah, I got stickers last time. The little light that I have from the last one is right over here. And on particularly gloomy days, I use that to light the Stargate in my squirrel cam. Oh, let's go to the squirrel cam. Ha! See? So I'll put the squirrel cam... I'll just put the squirrel cam up in the, just sort of below the Stargate, and it lights sort of the edges a bit. But you got a nice little rim light on that right now. I feel like you're getting a sense of it, so didn't bother today. Let's go back to camera 3. This is so cool. I love being able to do this. I've also got the USB microscope cam too, but that's for the kids. I found this like weird green caterpillar that these sort of spikes were starting to grow out of it. So I thought, we should go have a look at that. I've missed our. Where's my window with the chat? Chat. All right, what do we got? What about an overhead shot? Yeah, I'd love an overhead shot, but this is my overhead shot. This is the closest I'm going to get to an overhead shot right now. I don't have enough. The problem with HDMI is, first off, they're expensive cables, and secondly, they're not very good at being very long. They tend to lose their signal very quickly. So I need to figure out a way to have longer HDMI cables. Or wait a second, I'm going through the AverMedia, so potentially I could just get a really long and powered USB cable, USB 3 cable. So that I just bring the little AverMedia with me and have the USB cable. Or HD base 10. Yeah, I've heard about that. Is that worth doing, you think? Is it expensive? What do you think, Yellow Raven? Is it expensive to do that? David, you're simply the best. I have to do so little. It's amazing. Someone's got to keep him grounded. What have you done, Cal? What have you said? What's Cal on about? What's Cal said? I say I've missed Cal's. Unboxing. All right, yeah. Get on with the unboxing. Done. Country 3D. Woohoo! Check eBay for long ones. Also, I got a couple of 25-foot cables on there. Really? And they worked fine for HDMI? Put a powered USB hub in between the cables to boost it. Oh, that's interesting. I do have a powered USB thing, but I always prefer to buy new things. I bought these cute little USB ones, but they're not powered. They work fine for the other room. I have a camera in the other room as well, which I wonder if I could show you that. Which is for the is that the CAD cam room? Is that the one? No, is that going to work? Let's see. Fingers crossed. No. Nope. Oh, maybe wait a sec. I may have to go above this. Let's see what happens if I do this. No. Never mind. There is another camera in the other room. Although, you know what? It's possible it just might be dark in there. I can put the lights on, see if I can get it to work. But let me do this first. Last time, I got this amazing collection of filaments. And so I'm like, what am I going to do? I got to figure out what to do with my filament. And I should thank 3D Brian for this. And then also, obviously, our wonderful alien3d.us folks, or folk. So I think it's basically one guy doing this, right? Anyways, we've got this amazing different types of filament. And I have some plans for those. But these ones, I was like, what am I going to do? What special things could I do with this wonderful sort of glossy, sparkly filament that we have here, or this purple one? And I thought, aha! Dog tag. So I'm going to 3D print the dog tag in a sparkly white. What do they call it? Cosmic sparkle. It seems like the perfect color for a huzzah dog tag. All right, let's get on to this. Let's get this done. Box cutter. Here we go. So, voila. 2 years. Alien 3D US. Yeah, just amazing. I just absolutely freaking love these boxes. Not worried about addresses because it came through the company. Yeah, I get people to send stuff via, basically Jane's production company. Look at that. Okay, let's get this. So I want you to experience the joy There's a bit of a glare. What's going on? Should I move this around? Would it be better if it was around here? What do we think? Oh, look at that. There you go. Is that better? There we go. All right. Enough of that. Here we go. Opening it up. Ooh, I see some very orangey loveliness here. Look at this. What have we got here? Okay, this is Slice Engineering or Pet G. Oh, fantastic! This is Pet G. So I've not printed with this yet. I want to do that. Can you see that? I've got it so dark behind me now. I think it might be hard to focus on. I'll get my face out of the way. See if that helps. Look at that. So beautiful. I love orange. I'm a big orange fan, I gotta say. I've even got orange tape. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a big orange fan. I think because I have this big... I had to get a rover. I had to get something to carry all of the stuff for Tech Bandits back and forth to school when I was doing the actual physical Tech Bandits. Like an idiot, I would, like, pack up everything I had and put it in this freaking cart and drag it back and forth come rain, sleet, whatever the heck it was, heat, no matter what it was. And... so I got this orange one, and it's very similar to this color. Incredibly bright, obnoxious, big wheels. I called it Rover. And the idea was like, let's bring a little Hollywood to this. You know, like if you're going to do a tech club, then you don't want to slink into school. You want people going like, hey, what's that? So it's been great. The Rover shows up and I end up having long conversations with the younger kids coming out of their swim classes or whatever. As I'm going in, there's like, you go in the main entrance and there's a pool on the left and then admin on the right. So you go in to check in, and as I'm coming out, there's usually like a class of kids, younger kids that come out, and they'll ask you about the robots and the 3D printer, and it's just such a great age because they're you're still like some kind of magical Gandalf creature to the kids. All right, I'm sorry, I'm not really looking at the chat, so if you've got questions, I'd hold off on them until I get back to the chat. Is there anything I've do not cut your finger. You know me too well, Digrafen. Okay, all right, and thank you. 3D printed AR-15. No, I did not. All right, hey, Country, can you put a link in for people so they can have a look at it? Country 3D is a fantastic person to be watching. So, Cal, if you don't mind letting Country 3D put a link in, that'd be amazing. Oh, look at that. Cal, she's so quick. You can post a link for 60 seconds. Go. Put that link in there. Get that link in there now, sir. Get moving. Get your fingers typing. All right, I'm going back to my opening. Oops, I clicked something. I've gone. What happened? Oh, I see. I just scrolled down. Never mind. Oh my gosh, I lost sight of myself for a moment. No pressure, Country 3D. Oh, you got it in there. Good. Whatever David had today, I want some, said Cal. You know what it is? Severe lack of sleep and yoga. I'm telling you, this yoga thing I thought was a joke. It's freaking great. It's more fun with Jane, to be honest, than a dog flopping around, too. It's kind of fun. What do we got here? Ooh, July 2020. Oh, let's read this. Okay. The UFO invasion is here. We've reached 2 years. What do we got? It doesn't even feel that long. Time has definitely flown by. When I started out, I wasn't even sure that it was a good idea or if it would last. We've been through some ups and downs for sure. I want to thank each and every one of you, those who have been here from the beginning, those who are new, and all of you in between. Thank you so much. It's nothing like people who, it's so easy to thank people, and it really does make a difference. Thank you for all of your support and for sticking with me through it all. The next year is going to try to find more filament companies to work with, revisit some past companies that haven't been in the boxes for a while, probably provide some of the more popular accessories that people liked back before I had too many subscribers. Our first anniversary, I included a project that required a lot of soldering. Ooh, bring it on. The UFO lamp. I figured I'd keep with that tradition, LOL. I hope you all been practicing for the 4x4 lead cube. Oh my god, I want to make one of those. As for the accessory in the very first UFO, I provided cap tube cutters. For this anniversary box, I provided... I'm not going to tell you. Also, I know there are two... Oh, yeah. I don't want to ruin what's coming up. If you find a bottle cap with all caps for Jimmy, for those who don't know, Jimmy passed away in June, and he was known for talking in all caps in live streams. He's definitely missed by a lot of us. Rest in peace, brother. Ah, that's lovely. All right. So, At Alien Slacker, if you want to follow on Twitter. At Alien3D, if you want to watch on YouTube. And Facebooking is Alien3D US. There you go. And of course, the website. Where's the website? The website is alien3d.us. Is that right? Have I got it right? Oh my gosh, I gotta get this right. I don't want to screw this up for anybody. Where are we at? Is that it? Is it? I don't see it. Yes, I'm guessing that's what it is. Alien3d.us. Have I got it right? Yes, alien3d.us. Thank you, Alien Neil. Yeah, that's lovely. Good man. All right. Next, what do we got? Oranges. More oranges. Ooh. Look at that. Is a nice orange. So that's orange extrusion. That is an HQA PLA. Who made the first one? Ooh, Slice Engineering. I spoke to the Slice Engineering folks. Really nice bunch. I talked to them on one of our streams. Great stuff. You should do McKay reading an Alien 3D commercial. There you go. Alien Neil A. Is that? Are you you're Alien 3D US, right? Is that right? Have I got it right? Josh, yes, of course. I thought it might be, but I'm a little slow. So Slice Engineering. We talked to them during one of our epic 3D printing streams. HQA 3D filaments. Look at that, orange. It's just orange, just called orange. But I'll tell you, it's orange. Does it work better there? Where's it better? Here. Go there. Is that? There's such a lag on my stream. I can't keep track. There you go. Wonderful. I can't believe it's the orange. It's like my perfect color. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, pink grapefruit and another pet G. Pink grapefruit. What a great color. Oh, maybe I should do the tag in like orange or pink grapefruit. Look at that. Pink grapefruit. Ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic. Josh, thank you so much for this. And I believe Brian was sort of involved in twisting arms and things to make this happen too, wasn't it? But either way, Josh, I really appreciate it. And I got to say, this stuff, this is fantastic. Like it just makes it human. It makes it friendly. It makes you want to be a part of it. And it also just shows what a good guy you are. And I appreciate that. So get out there, get these boxes. You can join me in these unboxings. Okay. Done. What's next? Ooh, one more. Ooh. Oh, ice blue, baby. And this is is it HH or HIH or it's a cool logo with the thing in the middle, but I can't tell what the actual name of it is. Look at that blue, huh? Icy blue. It's like it's an off Jello blue. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, ice blue, isn't it nice? Ice, baby. Ice, baby. Xenos is making TV dinners? Oh my gosh, you've dropped the ball on that, Xenos. Your food teasing has gone out the window. Now, is this the cube? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, that is a lot of soldering, and I love you for it. So I have been looking at these for a while now, and going and contemplating how the heck, the color's called David Blue. There you go. And this is brilliant. This is fantastic. So basically what you're creating, I believe, is a little sort of matrix of LEDs controlled by, is it controlled by another? I got another nano? Oh my god, this is awesome. Oh yeah. So there's another little Arduino in there, which will power it. You got all the cables. That is sweet. So all I got to do is just solder for the next, day or two. H&H 3D Plastics. Very good. Okay, that's what it is. H&H. Yeah. It's hard to get an A out of that. It's hard to get an and out of that. But anyway, beautiful color. And beautiful 3D cubes. When you say LED cube, I thought you meant a lead cube. Yes, I shouldn't really say that, should I? It's an LED. It's like a habit I have ever since I was a kid. Ah! I lost my pet. I lost my blue. Blue's had an accident. Ever since I first started, the only understanding I had of light-emitting diodes, LEDs, was from these instruction books from Radio Shack, way back in the day when I was first into this stuff as a kid. So I had no idea how to say any of these things. And for some reason, lead just that's the way it stuck. I know it should be I know it should be LED, but for some reason LED comes out of my mouth all the time. Who knows what's going to come out of my mouth, frankly. And yes, Cube. Great film. There we go. All right, fantastic. All I can say is thank you, sir. That is freaking amazing. And everyone, sign up because we could be building these together. We'll have like a little community of cubes. Everyone can just like send photos of the cubes that they built. Fantastic. And then what do we got? What's the a little solderless breadboard. I love these things. Oh my gosh, because I used to back in the Ladybird Electronics days. I used to take a board and used to take these brass screws with sort of I think they're meant for. I don't think they're meant for screwing down electronics. I think they were just these sort of brass, almost like domed washers that I put over them, and I would build a board myself with just screws and these little domed washers, and then you would screw stuff together that way. This is so much easier. That's fantastic, and that's so cute. It's like a little tiny board. All right, fantastic. And then what is this stuff? This is what you were talking about. So this is the. What is this now? What is this for? I want to know what this is for. So this is some kind of a coating, but I've got to go back to the instructions thing because that's what we were talking about it, right? First UFO box, I provided cap tube cutters. So for this anniversary box, I provided 1 meter of actual Capricorn PTFE. Nice. So how do I use this though? It's a PTFE tube, so high quality for filament guide. Oh wow. Oh, that's interesting. So you're using it to guide the filament to make sure that the filament is not getting caught up in stuff? Huh. So it's for the printer. You run filament through it to the printer. Oh, fantastic. Is it really slick inside? I don't know. I can't get in there. It's very small. Okay. Oh, that makes so much more sense. All right. Fantastic. Or it's a really long drinking straw. I'll keep that away from my son. I'll also keep that away from the dog because the dog is a big fan of chewing anything that might be valuable to me. Just so we know. And then sticker time. Woohoo! Sticker time! Oh, but first, we got to say all caps for 3D Jimmy. I'm sorry I didn't know you, 3D Jimmy, but it sounds like I missed out big time. So, peace be with you. Yeah, it's lovely. How did you print on that? How did you do that? Are these specifically designed for this kind of thing? I mean, you can get the caps done, and then you can use them for like capping your own beer and stuff. I use it mainly with my MMU2 on the Prusa MK3S. Stuff is nice. Monkey Bacon, thank you very much. Great, because you know what? That's my next build. I have to build my MK3. I am so shockingly embarrassed to say that it has not been built yet. It has not been opened yet. I've been too busy trying to reorganize this place and keep up to date on the Tech Bandit stuff. I haven't had time to build it. Better keep your McKay figurines away from the dog. Yeah, good point. Yeah, my son back in the day used to destroy them. All right, all caps for 3D Jimmy. Fantastic. And last but not least, sticker time. Oh yes, the ultimate collection. 2 years of alien boxes. There is no excuse. I know. Walter, what can I say? I'm ashamed. The Mini. The Mini's a cute looking thing. And then we've got Capricorn Premium PTFE Bowden tubing. There you go. I have got to learn about this Bowden tubing experiment. This whole Bowden tubing adventure. Don't probe me, bro. Look at this. We've got, even the box is brilliant. So, a thoroughly enjoyable experience from beginning to end. Aliens, tech, wonderful projects. This is National Suicide Prevention Month, is it? I won't show you that just because it's got mailing addresses on it. Happy Mother's Day. You got them all covered here. So there you go. It's the full box. I think I've done pretty well the entire thing. Just not the bottom here. So it's fine on my company, so it's fine. But you don't really see much more on there. So, okay. Fantastic. What can I say? Thank you so much for that. Whether I should be calling you Alien A or Jesus, I've forgotten. I've got my names all mixed. I got all my names all messed up now. Now I've done it. It is Josh. Yeah, good. I've got a friend called Jake who I always call Josh because it's his brother's name, and I used to tease him by saying that Josh was obviously the better sibling. So my Josh and Jakes get very confused, but it's alien. The alien backwards. It's a palindrome. Ah, look at that. It is indeed a palindrome. Brilliant, sir. Email address, an address where I can send you a sticker. Oh, fantastic. I do love stickers, Country 3D. I should have a wall of stickers somewhere, shouldn't I? I'm going to have a free space soon because, as I say, I've set up this other room for all the 3D printing. I love your enthusiasm in unboxing. Sometimes I have no clue how to use, except I did figure out it's for 3D printing. Oh, I see. Sorry. Yeah, I could have possibly made that a little clearer. Yeah. So, Josh is, yes, Josh's boxes are basically about electronics, little electronic projects, fun, unique little electronics projects, and filament for 3D printing, just like they're maker boxes, basically. Is that a good way of putting it? And they're just always a surprise. Next time, I think I'll read the letter after, because I knew it was a cube, and I was like, I should have gotten the surprise. So spoilers on that one. But just, yeah, they're just so much fun. I just think it's so great. The idea of like getting, hey, 3D print Vikings here too. We got all the 3D printing bunch in here. Yeah, it's just a great little surprise every month shows up. And I thought, why not, in that it's been shared with me, why don't I share it with you? So there you go. Boxing complete. Let me put them in these so I don't get them mixed up. Although that filament is going to have to live in the other room with all the other stuff. And where can I put all caps? I gotta find places for all these things. Again, thank you very much, Josh. Really, really appreciate it. And Monkey Bacon says, question is there a basic, cheap, but good beginner 3D printer? I don't really want to invest too much in it, but I'm curious. Well, it depends what you mean by too much. You've really got the pros here. I love the Prusa. In fact, you could probably even pick up a used Prusa at this point for quite cheap. I have the original, what is it? Well, maybe not the original, but the Prusa, the Prusa 2? Mark 3 or whatever it is. Go get some lunch. Go eat. Doing this for Josh. No, Josh did this for me. I'm doing this for me. If it helps Josh, fantastic. But and I hope it does. The cheapest and most decent needs tweaking is the Ender 3 for about 150. Is that it? Holy moly! Is that it? Everyone says the Ender 3 Pro. Really? My question is, like, how does it stand up to things like the Prusa, though? Prusa Mini is a good start nowadays. 350. Mark 3 is a wonderful platform. I can't wait. Obviously, I can because I haven't built it yet. I would love to get one so that I could print tabletop miniatures, but I don't know if I can afford it. Jaspin Mir. You can also get the models and have them printed by other companies and have them shipped back to you. You may find that cheaper for some people. What I'm doing now. See you, country. Walter, have fun. Be safe. Be good. Stream well. Do you want to throw in that link again just before you go so everyone knows where where to find you? If not, I will. What do we got here? Cheers. We'll check this out when it's done. Did you get the new printer set up yet? I know, Xenos. Don't you start. Yes, it's completely set up and working beautifully, except for the part of me not having it set up yet. I've literally not unboxed it yet, Kat. I'm just freaking. I'm so embarrassed. 17 messages were deleted by the moderator? Really? Cal is dropping the hammer. Thank you, Cal, by the way, for doing this, as always. So there's my little alien box. So exciting. I guess I'll leave it there so everyone remembers what's going on. And then I'm going to go back. I think I can go back to my big screen because, I know everyone's going to want a much larger version of me. What if I could swap them? Can I swap the window? Ooh, can I do that? Wait a second. So I do this, and then I put the squirrel cam on top. I will disappear. For a mere moment, I will disappear. And then I'll change this. I should really set these up differently, shouldn't I? So this is the newest Huli cam. Squirrel cam. Is it squirrel cam? It was squirrel cam is what I'm using. I see. Okay, so let's hit that. Nope, let's hit that. Let's make this a little smaller, which I don't seem to be able to do right now for some reason. Where are you, little controller thing? Oh, I see. All right, there we go. So it's got to mess around with it here. So I make this small. Whee! So that goes small, and that goes up there. And then this gets big and goes on top. Here we go. We do this like this. Not so TV show now, are you, Hewlett? There we go. So that's better. And then I can put the scroll cam back on top. And if I wanted to, I could say, let's go to camera 2. And it would work. Whew, sweet. All right. Except this stupid framing. I got to change the display on this. So there's probably a way of doing that too. Not that one. Not that one. Better. Even better. And the best. Or is it going to go completely? Oh, come on. Yeah, no, I think that definitely our best bet is probably that one. Okay. But there you go. You can see the box, the UFO box in all of its glory, sort of lit beautifully from above. Jesus, that light is bright. Let's do this. Do this. Do this. Look at that. There you go. And I'll get a little bit off camera. That's better. Now I'm over here. That's not helping. I'm over here. Oh my gosh. I can't keep track of all these damn windows and everything. Okay. If I make this bigger, can I? No, never mind. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. David, stop messing with it. Stop playing. Stop it. Okay, a little tiny bit smaller. Okay. Right. I'm back. So let's go to the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the chat. I didn't see off on that menu screen. I didn't either. I think there's a way of turning it off for the HDMI, but I'll have to look at the endless menus that the Sony cameras have. These like bottomless menus that just go on and on and on. Trying to find the right way in to do things is often very, very interesting. We only see part of your face. Is it a good part though? I mean, is it the right part? Is that better? Okay. What model is it? What model is what? What are we talking about? Well, mine is it's the new. What good part? Cal. Who moderates the moderator? I say. All right. That's good to know. So when you can travel again, I'll see if I can do that. I'll be back in a few. Got to jump on Minecraft. Someone came in and destroyed almost everything in the Ironham server yesterday. So what? Jaspin Mir, seriously? What weasel jerk did that? Why? Who? Is there a way to find out who it was? I love that kind of man. Then we'll track them down. The guys with the wrenches moderate the moderators. LOL. Watch it. Do not go to war. Do not go to war with Cal, Josh. Alien. You do not want Alien Nile. You do not want to go to war with Cal. Hello, Nathalis. How are you? 2 3D printer guys in here. Have you ever used Grow Tent carbon air filter canisters to control our odor? Really? Grow Tent carbon air filter canisters. Interesting. Interesting indeed. I'm so sorry about the server. That sucks. Yeah, some guy calls himself a professional griefer, but DStat says he can roll the damage back. A professional griefer. Or a major knob. Looks like Prusa Mini is 350. Ender 3 is 200, says Monkey Bacon. I tagged DStat on Discord. I'm sure he'll look in at once he has the time. Good old DStat. I gotta get on that server again too. I want to play with I want to try building without help. The problem with going on some of these servers sometimes is everyone's so damn helpful. They want to provide you with everything you need to do this stuff. And of course, I like just causing chaos and getting it all wrong. Bronze Scale says, I'm such a 3D printing noob, but I find it so interesting. It's watching the ocean, watching fire, watching a baby, and watching a 3D printer are like 4 of the most enjoyable things you can do in watching something appear out of nothing because of technology is just a glorious thing. I love it. K Michael wants me to start over. Sure, let me get right on that. Alien 3D. There you go. So quick. Perfect. There you go. Just waiting for Minecraft to boot. Nice. I'm back. Sorry, yes. Hello, everyone. Miss Lintz. How are you, Miss Lintz? Gamer260 says 3D printing is an odd rabbit hole. Once you start, it sucks you in. It really does. I mean, it's like anything. I'm trying to avoid just like printing tchotchkes because I feel like, oh God, I'm just filling another freaking landfill. I'm trying to make it somewhat educational. But there's also just stuff that's, fun to do, like things like dog tags and you know, like I'm trying to 3D print a little basically just a little tube that I can fit over various cameras so that I can put them on microscopes and things like that. Possibly even telescope if I get a telescope, just so that I can sort of show the kids what's going on without them having to have, because not every kid's going to be able to afford a telescope or a microscope or 3D printers, all that kind of stuff. So I thought if they had a place like a virtual makerspace where they could see this stuff and maybe ask questions and say, hey, what does that do and how do I do that, and you know, or even maybe send me 3D files to print, that kind of stuff. And then also what I want to do is I think I mentioned this in Tech Bandits last week, but the idea is, again, thanks to DStat. So DStat's running our Minecraft server, is our sponsor level Patreon. So he is just a huge Patreon every month and a huge part of keeping things going. And so huge thanks to DStat for that. And to all of the Patreons, because boy, does it add up. It's great. It just makes such a difference, especially now when there is just no freaking income for actors at all. You know, this is just amazing to be able to keep doing the Tech Bandits without, you know, going to Jane and saying, I know we can't afford it, but can I buy a few things here and there? You know, so yeah, it's so appreciated. And of course, any subscriptions here. Baz gets his pocket money. He's saving up for I don't know what now, but my portion is all going towards the Tech Bandit stuff. So really, again, really appreciate that, and all of the donations, whether they're through PayPal or any of that stuff. I really do appreciate it. But as I say, this is almost you know, this is sponsored by DStat, shall we say? Although this one is kind of sponsored by Alien3D.us because I'm opening their amazing boxes. So there you go. Actually, if that's okay, Josh, if it's okay, maybe I'll put you down as a sponsor on the Tech Bandits website, because then I could do a little piece about it, and maybe there's some parents and stuff out there that might want to be a part of it as well. So there are some filaments that let off poisonous gases like ABS, so they're good to filter. How bad's the ABS? Just out of curiosity for somebody who's been printing in the basement in an enclosed space for a while now. Nintendo Switch money is probably right, yes. Because I've actually got, there is an old like laundry vent that is right beside my bio bench, which is now where the printers are. So I thought what I might do is just set it up with one of those like inline fans and just have it suck the fumes out of that. Not terribly professional, but enough to, I think, at least keep a good airflow going. So, Xenos, you jerk. I got nothing to say to that. Cal, lower the hammer. Lower the giant chocolate doughy donut covered hammer. You know, here's the irony today, Xenos. So yesterday, I said to Jane that I've got to lose a bit of weight. Like I got the COVID belly. I'm feeling really slow, and I don't know whether it's just a response to being cooped up or whatever it is. Dragging my butt around the.
Stand up and stretch your legs.
I'm standing up. Jesus.
How did the couple pay for their trip to Hawaii?
How did a couple pay for a trip to Hawaii?
They bought it on layaway.
They bought it on layaway. That's way to go. That's well done. Well done, Alexa. You out dad joked the dad. Any airflow, better than none. Very true. You can use PETG. I'm going to try. So I've never printed with PETG. I cannot wait. I hope I don't hammer things that torture you. Oh, great. That's fantastic. Esoteric. Duck and get out. Don't feel bad, David. I have COVID belly too. That's nice, Monkey Bacon. Jog on the spot. So I was doing burn and learns. I sort of stopped doing the burn and learns when my wife talked me to doing yoga, which I really was enjoying. But again, I couldn't do the learn part. I am now doing things like I'm listening to this. So the book that I was doing, well, sort of plowing through while I was doing my burn and learn was this How to Talk About Race. Amazing book. Like a struggle for me to get through because the stuff in there that I'm just like, well, I don't understand. But just important to be following up on this stuff right now. So How to Talk About Race. And I've got that now in audio form as well. So when I take the dog out for its my endless attempts to tire this dire mutt out, I I'll be listening to that as well. But as a result, I find I have to go back often and make sure that I pick up stuff that especially when it's important things that I want to get a real, I really want to truly grasp the concept of some of this stuff. I have to go back because I miss stuff. It's a goose from the Goose Game, but I'll take duck. Yeah, duck, duck, goose. Chat's doing well today. Thank you, Bertley. Petchi shouldn't. It's used in a lot of food products. See, you have me at food. Printed Solid has a BOFA solution they just launched for $325. It's good for a single printer in an enclosure if you have to do stuff like ABS and the other toxic filaments. But still, it's another $325. Like, it just adds up. What is? It's a full-time job. Legend. What do we got? Doesn't it leach anything into salt water? Oh, that's interesting. Really, would it leach into the water? I find the 3 logos on his t-shirts are too mean for me. What's this? Which are they? Sorry, which of the 3 logos on his t-shirt that are too mean? What is this? I thought you said you were reading a book on Wraith for a moment. No, Race. That'd be good, though. Book on Wraith, too. How goes your week, Pac Mom, says Bertley. Again, the chats continue. Whoa, that just scrolled a lot. What do we got? How goes your week? What do we got? What do we got? Anything else good? I think if I caught up. You missed I'm sorry, Hapshade. Yeah, the Burn and Learns. I don't know what to do instead because I'm getting like 3 freaking endless walks a day. If I were to then do the elliptical as well, my old bones would break, I think. I am, as Cal will point out, a fossil and to be treated gently. So, I got to figure. I guess in a way, these could be the Burn and Learns to some extent. This could be our chance to sort of discuss that stuff, but. Walk and talk. It's true, Iron Ham TV. Baz, we talked about this, the walk and talk. We were saying that maybe we could go, when we go for our walks with the dog, we could bring the camera and record something that way. I don't think it would work live. Bradley, you were saying do it and then edit it, right? Baz was saying he could edit it. But my problem with editing is, like, will you get the editing done? Not you. Will I get Natalis. Thank you very much. Look at you gifting subs. Look at this kind and generous community. So Bradley, you're talking about doing it and then editing something together? Is that the idea? That's so exciting. So did stats end up being as rough as you thought it might be? That's right. How did it go, Pac Mom? Have you done all your? Are you done? Have you finished is your education complete? Are you now the smartest woman alive? Becca Mama Bear, why do you think it wouldn't work live? Just because of the internet connection. I can't imagine we've got the bandwidth on our phones to deal with that. But could be wrong. West Wing style. That's so true. Yeah. Sorry, I can do more, but I'm out of work bus driver. I can't do more, but I'm an out of work bus driver. Nathalis, sorry, what do we not? Don't worry about it. There's no. Here's the deal. I mean, the whole point of the Tech Bandits and kind of my approach to all of this stuff is just that I'm doing it anyways. Like if people want to help out, that's fantastic. I mean, I originally started the Patreon because I thought the parents of the kids who I was doing these classes in the local school with, I thought if they wanted to pay, they could pay, and if they couldn't, then I'm not going to turn anybody away. So I just thought it was a good sort of almost anonymous way for them to either, help out with the class or not. Last year I charged people, but was it last year? Year before last? I can't remember now. But I charged enough to get us kitted up with the robots, because I thought, great, I'll get the robots. Split between whatever it was, 15 kids or whatever. It wasn't too bad. I got a great deal from Easy Robot. I love Easy Robot, by the way. So I thought, but then the problem, of course, was I started with like 15 kids. By the end of the time, we had we had sometimes 20, whatever. Like, I mean, when we had the Black Widows in, we had the entire school in the hallway because we had no room in a classroom for it. There was no space for us in the school, so we were sort of set up in the hallway. Boy, they regretted that when I brought the Black Widows in, the Black Widow spiders. But anyways, point being is, I'm not going to turn people away because they didn't pay for the the service or whatever it is. So, and also this isn't, like I say, I'm not teaching anybody anything. I'm just trying to share my excitement for things in the hopes that that might translate into something for some of the kids later. And I'm really, I mean, Baz, help me out here. How many kids have started building PCs because of PC Bandits? I mean, like this kid's saving, like Lord Chunky, who is my resident PC expert, he saved up for a year to buy his own gaming PC and to build it himself. I know Bag of Chips is now talking about doing the same thing. 5, there you go. So 5 PCs. I mean, that's a pretty good response rate. You know, and I know not everyone, and I feel, you know, weird saying that not everyone can afford this. And DStat the other day was incredibly generous and threw some money at us to build a PC for one of our PC bandits who was really on the fence because she wasn't sure it was worth spending, whether it was worth her parents' money to get her into the PC stuff. So incredibly generous of them to do that. It's a shame you don't have a mount for a show and tell. What do you mean, Jedi Killer? DStat is insanely generous. It's so true. Very true. Does DStat have a link? Like, is there like a link we should be? I mean, he says he just likes doing it, but I feel like I want to give back somehow. It feels horribly one-sided. I know there's a website for his company, but I'm just not sure if that's what he wants shared or what. But I should probably ask him about that. Phasron, what's up? I'm up and moving. That's something. If you can make use of old CD burners and PCs, the Tech Bandits, to get parts out, motors, gears, springs, lasers, small screws, and such, I have a bunch of them you can have. I was thinking you might use the parts for making little robots and other such things. Oh, fantastic, Mr. Clean Tracy. The issue is always just getting stuff to me because, as soon as things go across a border, there's duties and taxes and the freaking governments and ludicrousness you get a charge for this stuff. So I've got to be very careful because I've incurred a number of costs with very kind people sending me things, but then when they get here, I don't want to send them back, unless I truly can't afford them. But right now I can't afford to be paying for unexpected deliveries and stuff. But that's basically what we do with Tech Bandits. Like, I have a ton of little things that the kids have taken apart. The CD burners are really interesting because of the lasers, and also because they're basically little tiny 3D printers, right? Or plotters. So you can actually take disk drives and not so much the CD, maybe the CD burners. I haven't tried that one. I think it is the CD drives that are basically like little plotters, and you can build things with that too. So, aha! Phasron was just watching Atlantis, then I saw you live here, so here I am. And we're glad you're here. Welcome, Phasron. Welcome to our community of strange and peculiar people like myself who seem to enjoy this like I do. Sorry you feel that way, Watcher. They're just logos and they've designs. It was done with any sort of agenda. Ruby K, what's this, Watcher? The Autokino has a gun. The raccoon has an eye patch, which seems aggressive to me. Anyway, Pixel Raccoon is okay, though. Guess none appeal to me, says Watcher. The Autokino is a what is it? It's a joke that we had while playing Fortnite with Jack Jasra, which it was Jack Jasra and Cal, and we would always end up going to the Autokino. And it became sort of a joke because of accents and, bad accents on our part. And it was just something that just cracked Baz and I up, and Jack. Cal meowed the odd time, indicating that she did not hate it. Jack came up with the sort of the Terminator approach to it, and I totally understand. Some people aren't going to like guns. Maybe we could change it to something else. But in fact, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I'll talk to Jack about it. Maybe there's a way we could change Autokino to something other than a gun. But the idea obviously was the Terminator. My son had just seen that, so that's what we went with that. The eye patch seeming aggressive. Well, I mean, I hadn't thought of that, but the idea there was the idea of the eye patch on the raccoon. Again, I just think it's a fantastic design thing by Jack, because the kids were originally my terrors. I called them my tech terrors. They freaking loved that. I don't know why, but they loved being called the terrors. They don't want to be cute and fuzzy. They want to be, I guess people are so worried about offending people these days that the kids didn't get called terrors a lot, but they were, and I loved them for it, and I was one too. So I called them tech terrors, and then as we progressed and year after year, I had so many parents sort of going like, well, terrors, is that such a good idea? You talk about bio stuff. Should there be bio terror? Should there, I mean, so I started going like, okay, look, if it's making parents uncomfortable, I should probably be a little careful. So I changed it to tech bandits. But of course, the kids revolted immediately. The children are revolting, I'll say. So Jack had this idea, which I thought was really clever, of sort of like combining the two into it. Like, officially, we're the tech bandits, but the kids are like terrors. So that's where we've gone with that. So yeah, it is supposed to be kind of aggressive because it's a lot of the kids that I have the privilege of working with are not the standard, not the sit in the classroom patiently while they learn stuff. They were like me. They get bored. They don't like school for the most part. A lot of the PC bandits weren't fans of school. Some of them are very good at it and still did very well with it. And there's a couple of people who are very much, like blossoming in the school environment. But certainly for me, the idea was to bring in kids that weren't. So if I can appeal to them by being a little bit more sort of edgy and angry and game-like in its approach, that was my hope with it. So, and as Cal says, it's true. You can't make everyone happy all the time. What was on the mount in the show? I don't know what that means, Jedi Killer. Somebody explain what that means. I'm back. Think we got it all fixed, unless we find other issues later. So some jerk just came onto the server, toasted everything, and then said, I am an international man or woman of griefing. How does one stop griefing on a server? How does one stop these kind of issues? Is there a way to sort of, should we do a red list and a green list, like a stay and go list for the server? We're no longer referring to them as whitelist and blacklist, apparently, which I thought was kind of cool. So basically an allowed and disallowed list. Do we do that and just start getting people to sign up that way? David, do you have any favorite souvenirs from when you were filming? A favorite question. Have you looked into SLA 3D printers? I've looked into them. and then I've looked at my bank account. And I'm very, very lucky. I mean, Prusa and Shane and a number of other people have made it possible to have me send the latest one. So I am very much kitted out with 3D printers right now. As I say, I've not even had time to deal with the ones I've got. So yeah, blew up all over the homes with TNT. Also asked some inappropriate questions, which I did not answer. I just wish I'd known what he was doing at the time and not after the fact, or I would have called an admin in right away. Interesting. Core protect with my SQL database. Oh, really? Okay. So the whitelist, which we're now calling, I guess, we're going to come up with a better name for that. But people will grief if they really want to. So are there logs that can tell you? Yeah, they totally should have given me a ZBM. I would have loved a ZBM, honestly. And you know what? Father Ballard from Twit has built a really cool one. So I'll look up his things and see if I can do that. Your mount in the Stargate show, did you know what any of the things on the mount did? On the mount, your mount. I don't know what the mount means. Core Protect lets you inspect what people have done and roll back based on user time and area. Oh, fantastic. All right. Sorry, Bertley. Already done the unboxing. It's true. David, in the game episode, there were a lot of paintings and portraits of McKay. Did you have to pose for each one? Do you remember who did them? I believe the portraits were all done by James, whose last name I've forgotten, but our brilliant, I guess was he not props? I guess he was like set deck? I guess set deck. For some reason, I've blanked on his last name, but he was amazing. He did Dog's Breakfast as well. So he did things like, the cereal box, the, paintings, all sorts of stuff. So he basically took, I think, stills. I can't remember if they actually took specific stills or whether they just used images from the show. But I have one of those. Someone was asking about what my favorite props were from the thing. I have one of the paintings, which I thought I should put in the bathroom, just because I think it's kind of funny to have an ornate painting of yourself in the bathroom. But there was a better one that I wanted, which had this sort of angelic glow around me, and unfortunately, I think that got auctioned off. They auctioned off a lot of stuff. Malp. Do you mean Malp? Aha. Malp would make sense. Did I know what was on the Malp? I don't remember what Malp on a stick. I don't remember what that was. That was just a little camera, wasn't it? It was just like a little like camcorder from back in the day. Saw McKay portrait in Stargate PropWorks auction. Yeah, they auctioned everything. They were like selling stuff while I was sitting on it. Wouldn't it be awesome to put in the bathroom? You go in the bathroom, there's this glorious, ornate, painting of McKay in there. Malp on a stick was a classic, yeah. And then now everyone's got Malps on sticks, right? What McKay does today, the world does tomorrow. It's the whole selfie. Basically, McKay started the anti-selfie. Sell copies of the painting, yeah. There you go. Got it. Malp, yes. I was like, Mount. I could not figure it out, but well done. Well done. The twisted mind of James Gurney has figured it out. Malp on a stick was literally the camcorder duct taped to a stick. Yeah, exactly. I wish they didn't get rid of it. I really missed the franchise. Origins was not great. I didn't see Origins. Shutterfoot, those would be great on my cabin porch. Ooh, what do you got? What? I found a ZPM STP file for 3D printing a few days ago. Another reason I kind of want a 3D printer. Yeah, kind of. The Stargate stuff is, like, I wish we had 3D printing back in the Stargate days, because we'd have like files, STLs for all of them. You need a Tech Canada flag McKay painting from the game episode. That would be great in the bathroom. How big do you think my bathroom is? I've only got room for a certain number of paintings in the bathroom. You can use an orange filament for a mini ZPM. James Robbins, thank you, 3Creepio. Of course, James Robbins. God, my memory is just awful. To be fair, it was 15 years ago. So, James Robbins, fantastic gent. Yes, basically he did all that brilliant stuff. Was responsible for all that stuff, and I can't believe he stayed up to date on it all as well. It's amazing. Nathalis. What has Nathalis been up to? Let's have a look. Being an artist, paint my own pictures of McKay. Oh, fantastic. Any good ones? I'm sure they're all good, but there's always the ceiling. Yeah, sticky stuff to the ceiling. I'm already doing that, right? I got my, I've got somewhere up. Where'd he go? There you go. Yeah, we got a few things on the ceiling already. What's up there? We've got this fella, if you can see that. So I've got, oh, you can't really see it, can you? To do this, there you go. So there's Boba Fett hanging from the ceiling up there. And then behind me, if I can do this without making everybody sick, there's the whatever that is from Dog's Breakfast. There you go. There you have it. There you be, and there be me again. Look at that. My glasses are never straight. Someone pointed that out the other day, possibly my wife. There's nothing I can do about these glasses. They're always crooked. It's really frustrating. I think it might be my face. I think my face might be just crooked. Anyways, I don't care. As long as I can see. I went to a bar that had 100+ little toy motorcycles hanging from string on the ceiling. Oh, that's cool. Ornaments would be good too. I don't have many SGA ornaments to go with my Star Trek ornaments. I have a few necklaces, like light up necklaces that they gave us at the, I guess whatever it was, they did the thing in Vegas, an opening, like a premiere thing. And I got a bunch of these. They're really cheap, but they're kind of fun and they light up. I'll have to see if I can dig them up. I should do like a little auction of a few things here and there. I got a few things that I think are probably wasted on me that other people might like. My husband has Lego models hanging from the ceiling. Oh, that's smart. Becca Mama Bear, your husband is now a mentor for me. One ear higher than the other, David. Yeah, it's like, I don't know what it's my nose, the bridge of my nose. I know my face is lopsided because I'm two different people. Like, depending on which side you look at, I'm a different person. So it's crooked. Yeah, it's also crooked. Yeah, they also, as Karim pointed out, I've also sort of beaten them up a bit. Not my face, not my ears, but the glasses. All right. Where are we at here? So, I have a DeviantArt account. Ooh, okay. Um, yeah, is there a way? Do you want to share that, Nathalis? Do you want to share your link to the DeviantArt if you want? I think that's okay, isn't it? I also have a Atlantis Gate necklace from Amazon. Oh, really? I didn't even know they sold them. Well, maybe they did then. I also have like a pen, this really cheesy pen, like the old days that you, depending on how you tilt it, the city moves around. It's kind of fun. There's an Ironham server you could put it on. Yes, very good. No, I'm shy. Oh, okay. No, never mind. That's fine. Is it a PG-13 account? Oh, look at the hammer, Cal the Hammer. Is the internet PG-13, Cal? I mean, is there anything that the kids can't find if they don't want? If they don't want? Is there anything they can't find if they want it? I don't think so. My glasses are crooked on my face because one lens is thicker and stronger than the other. Oh my god! I remember meeting my wife, and well, you're not even PG-12, Cal. Yeah. So I remember when I met my wife, I had she refused to wear glasses. She had contact lenses, and my wife has extraordinarily beautiful eyes. And in an extraordinarily beautiful entire body as well. But but I think what makes her the most beautiful is just how freaking lovely she is. Anyways, that's not the point. We all know I love Jane, and that I'm extremely lucky. And yes, trick her to see. Only way I could get her and keep her. And so point being is she never wore glasses. And then I said one day, I was like, oh come on, like it's like don't. She was like her eyes were tired, and she. This was early on in our relationship, and she's like, okay, I'm just gonna, I have to take my contacts out. So she took her contacts out, and then she came out of the bathroom with her glasses on. I was like, oh my god, like it's like they were like these tunnels. Like they made her eyes look like this because she's so freaking blind. She's like as close to blind as you can get, the poor woman. And so I don't even know how the contacts fit in her eyes, but her lenses are insane. I mean, truly. Like the Coke bottle. I still think she looks adorable, but, that's just me. Digging it. Dang it. What do you got? How did I meet Jane? Oh, boy. The Pegasus logo laptops is awesome. Yes, I do like that. Start digging the hole. That's it. It's true. I'll probably get in trouble now. I'm surprised you could find in the Google image search with the right words. You wanted something else and Google gives you something wrong. Yeah, it happens, Ricardo. It's true. LOL, bless her little soul. I use my Silhouette Cameo to cut vinyl SGA logos for my laptop. That's nice. I most of my trial bleaching of the event Horizon on the Discord art page, but it needs tweaking for sure. I'm going to try bleaching it on blue next. Oh, cool. What was I going to say? There's something else in there. Blah, 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 blah. I've always wanted one of those tech black leather jackets the team wears in later seasons. Didn't you love, I remember talking with Val Haverson, who did the wardrobe that year. And that leather jacket had like printed circuits in it. Like the actual subtlety within the pattern of it was just extraordinary. It's a gorgeous jacket. Do you often lapse into an English accent? Nathalis, I butcher it every so often. I don't know why. Oh, there's a new idea for merch. Helium balloons off his face. Of my face. Oh, that's awesome. Cal, you're a saint. You put up with a lot. What are you talking about? It's Cal, for God's sake. It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. I have a wooden Stargate. Nice. SG1, one side, lens on the other. Gate rotates manually. Nice. Watcher. I like it. We love our Cal. We don't have a choice, really, Shadowfoot, do we? I mean, it's like, she's here now. I want to get it a bit better before I post it on Reddit. Bleach. Oh, yeah. See, there's a Reddit. There's a bleach shirts. Really? I didn't even know there was a subreddit for that. Legends on Blu-ray. The artwork of the box set is Brill. That's great. Try a Norwegian accent, David. I'm not even going to try it, Viking. Not even going to try it. I wouldn't even know how to start on that. Anyone interested in a vinyl SGA logo, message me on Discord and we can talk. Monica Lake doing the vinyl SGA logos. I love it. That little Pegasus. Look at Nightbot. What a great suggestion, Nightbot. I love this Nightbot thing. I have not even I don't even know how Nightbot works. That's how little I've been involved in this. That's a little. That is how much I owe to our fabulous mods and my son for sorting this stuff out. I'm curious. So please excuse me if it's too personal a question, but how did you and Cal meet? You have such a natural rapport. Well, Cal and I, oh, we go back years. I don't even remember, Cal. We just started playing. Like, didn't you just join us on the with gaming to start? Wasn't that it? Um, and then and then basically, yeah, we just had so much fun with her and Jack Jassera on the streams, and she, despite the way she presents herself online, is actually really quite lovely, and is also great at gaming. Baz was thoroughly smitten by that. Hello, General Obi. Obi, it is one, Kenobi. Very good. I was like, wait a sec, you lost the... Yeah, it's the one in there. It's the number. Threw me off. Hello. So, yeah, Cal, no, too much me. Post-Stargate questions, people. Oh, really, Cal? That just makes me want to talk more about Cal. I remember Cal as a small child, growing up in Belgium, playing amongst the daffodils and daisies. Oh, what a child she was. The smile, the deep-rooted kindness and happiness in that childish soul. No. So we've only known Cal since we started Twitch streaming, and she's fabulous. And so everyone should tell her how great she is now and make her feel awful. There you go. Oh, I'm ringing. Okay, depending on who this is, this could be... Oh, frick off. Frick off, Bell Canada. Stop trying to sell me on crap. Good Lord. We give them enough money every month. They want to call me and ask me to spend more. Playing between the daffodils and the waffles. It's true. It's Cal's stream now. It's true. It's Iron Cal. Iron Hammer Cal. All right. What are the things we have to talk about? What else do I have to talk about? What's going on? I've got Tech Bandits again tomorrow, or the Game Bandits tomorrow. So we're going to talk, as I say, Bag of Chips is now facing the prospect of building his own PC, which I'm very excited about. He is his parents are amazing. They're all into the sciences themselves, both professors at university here in Toronto, or well, it's U of T Scarborough, I guess, but just amazing, just an amazing family, and we hang out with them whenever we can. So he's about to build a PC. There was somebody over it, and of course we've got Raccoon Noodles is the one who D-Stat sort of jumped in on and has helped her out with that, which is extraordinary. Jedi Killer, I get private lessons from Jane, really, about how to put up with David. Very good. I can see the chat, right? I think I can only wake up this early once a week, though. Sorry, Becca Mama Bear. That's fine. 11 a.m. is, for the chat stuff, Tuesday is the way to go. Wednesday is Gaming Bandits. So I tend to ignore the chat a lot more, because I'm focused on the kids. And then same thing for Friday as well. So I'm really looking forward. I'm going to talk to Barnacules tonight or this afternoon, which I've yet to actually have a proper chat with him. We've been sort of back and forth doing direct messaging stuff, but not actually had a chat. So I'm really looking forward to sort of getting to know him. He, lovely man that he is, raided my son's stream, one of his streams on his own, and Baz it was such a lovely reaction from Baz that I'm so glad that not only I'm smitten with it, he was quite taken with it as well, and I guess he didn't really realize that he was my son. So when he found out, we sort of started chatting, and so I'm rather looking forward to sort of catching up with him. So you're off to do some cooking. I can't. I've lost the power to read the names. It was adorable. It's true. What do you think, Baz? Do you think it was adorable, Bradlin? Been starting to watch Stargate with a friend. She's never seen it before. I'm so hyped. Oh my God, Chobo Kanin, you can convert another one for us. Fantastic. What are you making, Manuel? What are you making? We can now talk about Ruby instead. Very good. Again, almost everyone here is from I downloaded Discord. How do I get where I need to send a picture? Wolfsbane, there is a link below. If you scroll down, it should say join us on Discord, and that's where the Discord chat is. And I got to be honest, I don't look at Discord chat while I'm doing this because I can't keep track of two chats. I'm not that good at multitasking. So I'm just a lowly fan that stuck around long enough to get made a mod. Baz, I left Baz in charge of the stream because this was his idea and it's his channel. I mean, he did ask my advice about stuff, and we sort of looked over who had offered to help, and Ruby K was just another person who we'd sort of been around long enough that we trusted and liked, and so that's basically how we've done it. And I gotta say thank you so much for this, for the whole modding stuff, because I mean, as I say, this was Bratlett's doing. Like, Bratlett sorted this out. Bratlett started this, and I've really been trying to let him sort of run with it. But then, of course, now that I'm so taken with it, I want to be doing more of this myself. So I've actually talked to Baz about whether we should be sort of splitting the channel so that he can do his own thing and is not sort of beholden to my schedule and my stuff. So he started doing his own streams. He does not want to split channels because obviously, what's nice about this is we have a community. We don't want to sort of throw it away by doing that. But simple meal, string beans, rice, and chicken. Oh, delicious. I had steak and eggs for breakfast today. I had steak and eggs today for breakfast because we had steak the other day and there was some left over. And also because I'm trying not to eat bread. It's a simple thing. Bread and no sugary drinks, which is kind of going to drive me crazy. But no, I've been drinking a lot of pop, and I've been eating a lot of bread and making a lot of bread. So I can make bread for the rest of the family, but I'm going to try to avoid it as much as possible right now, just for a bit, because I just found I feel, for some reason, it really messes me up. You know what I mean? I feel just slow and uncomfortable after bread. So I know, Burley, I know. But it's not good for me, I don't think. I don't feel like it's maybe, I worry about like maybe I've got some kind of a reaction to it, because the smell of fresh baked bread is impossible to resist. It's so true, Monkey Bacon. And I got to say, the bread I've been making has been amazing. So I've just been making this, it's a New York Times no knead bread is what they call it. And it's, just being delicious and fairly easy. Yayit, the Emma 29. Hello and welcome. Your yeets are welcome here. I'm not sure what yeet means exactly, but I'll go with it. I wonder. I'm also a total hypochondriac, right? It's a full-time job, so I don't know how much of it is. I don't know how much of it is allergies, how much of it is just psychosomatic, how much of it is just whining and complaining, and how much of it is just that I just don't want to be too overweight. I'd like to survive long enough. To see Baz through at least high school. Jealous of anyone who can bake bread at home. Nothing rises here in Denver, really. What? Really? Seriously? Just put it in the oven. I've actually, on some days, I've just put it in the oven to rise. It's a pretty easy. It's not even pretty easy. It's incredibly easy. It just takes a bit of time. That's all. You're welcome. The Emma. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeet means to toss, throw with prejudice. Okay, all right. Yeet. I see. So you're going to... Oh, right, of course. That's the thing. That's Baz's thing. Yeet. Okay. There's too much sugar in store-bought sugar. What? There's too much sugar in store-bought... There's too much sugar in store-bought sugar? The only bread I'm allowed to eat in under pizza. James is having technical difficulties. So, yes, there's too much bread. Now I've started. There's too much sugar in bread that you buy in stores. It's true. I much prefer the homemade stuff. I also find the salt, like, it doesn't have to be as salty as well. North American bread is crazy full of sugar. Tastes worse for it. Proper bread, European bread, much better. Yeah, bronze scale. I'm basically making like a European type bread. Cal just dad joked and I missed it. Did I miss it? She made a bad joke and I missed it. Do you get sick of calling yourself a hypochondriac? No, I really don't, Cal. Not at all. Do I get sick? Of course, I never get sick of hearing myself say anything, Cal. There's too much sugar in store-bought sugar. Yes. Get a bread maker. We used to have a bread maker, but they're so freaking huge and noisy and messy, and yeah, I couldn't do it. We're not called the Mile High City for nothing. No humidity. Yep. But that's the thing, though. You've got no humidity, but can you not? Is there not a way of putting it in the oven at a very low temperature with a bowl of water in there as well? I mean, people jump to the gluten sensitivity too quickly. Usually, we just need to moderate ourselves more and not entirely cut it out. Yeah, right, Burley. I agree. All right, what do we got? North American bread is crazy if you've done that. Where are we now? I have definitely failed using a bread maker. I failed a few of those too. I think James is having a stroke. Yeah, we lost. Sadly, poor James, we knew him well. My mother has an amazing parsley bread recipe that is thick and low on the sugar. So good, really. Wait a sec, a parsley bread. Wow, that does sound good. Great, that's all I need is more freaking bread recipes now. Have you tried spelt flour? It has less gluten than modern grains. I could try that. I will give that a go, Polynomial. And hello, Polynomial, by the way. We do love to put sugar in everything in the States. It's so true. Chobo, come in. What's in the bread? The bread is literally just flour, yeast, water, salt. That's it. That's all there is in it. Gotta run. Good stream. 3D Print Viking. Thank you very much. At some point, Shane and I are doing another stream with you guys, right? Is that not? I gotta bug Shane about that. Poor Shane. He's probably got a lot going on. Thanks so much for coming, 3D Printing. 3D Print Viking. Thank you. Much appreciated. I gotta go meet my cat tribe. Thanks for the chat. You have a cat tribe? Wow. Enjoy, Esoteric. Polynomial. What's Polynomial up to? Hi. There we go. Not clicking in the pan properly. LOL, ended up with a hard flour-coated rock. Yikes. I use cake flour in place of regular flour because of gluten content. We use... Jane has actually picked up some actual bread flour. That's sort of helped. It's the butter on the bread that doesn't help either. Yes, I love the butter. I'm sorry, but I can't figure out how to join the Discord server. I suck. Is anyone able to help Wolfsbane with that? What is the... It's really just, once you've got Discord installed, you should be able to just click on the link. Up comes Discord. You sign in. I've invited you to join. You accept the invite, and then you're in. That's how it should work. Rosemary pie crust. Oh my God, you people are awful. You're the worst. I just said I'm trying to stop bread, and now all you're doing is talking about the damn salty deliciousness of bread. ICS Press, yo to you too. Pac-Bum says, pot pie crust. Oh my God. North America also doesn't. Oh my God, butter, milk. Why am I now? I'm starving. Whenever I come paint for you, that's what I want. Is just bread, or just pie crust. I would love to visit Ireland. Yeah, me too. Apparently, I can get an Irish passport. And someone asked me last time whether it was north or south. I believe it's not the Republic. I don't think. Soda bread. Bread flour has a higher gluten content than regular flour. Aha! That's interesting. It wants a server invite. So you click on, oh my God, Wolfsbane, come on. Join us on Discord. There's a giant link below. If you scroll down from the Ironham TV stream, scroll down, go way down. And then click on join us on Discord. That's your invite right there. Oh, look, Cal's put the link in there. Amazing. I will happily make whatever you want. Sorry, I will happily make you whatever you'd like for food. Whoa, Pac-Mom, be careful. That Bertley. Bertley could, that could be like a 15-course meal or something. If it was me, that's what it would be. What do we got? Cal to the rescue. James Gurney, you're alive? Are you? James, you okay? Too much sugar in sugar. Come on, brain. I meant too much sugar in store-bought bread. No, we figured it out, James. We figured it out. We worked it out. We understood what you were saying, even if you didn't. James Gurney is alive, indeed. It's lovely, but not at the moment. We don't want people bringing the Rona ATM. It's not bread, it's crust. It's true. It is all crust. When you bake bread, it really is the crust. It's true. That's what does. Okay, stop talking about bread. My God, I got sucked back in again. Install it. Verify for the email. Log in. Click on the Discord link. Posted in chat a few minutes ago. The link sent me has failed to load page. All right, I'm back. I'm dropping out of this one. I do not have the skills needed for tech support. I get so frustrated. I know that it's me explaining badly, and that's why it's not going well. But my God, I remember having, when I was doing IT stuff for a little while back in the dark ages, I had someone whose mouse wasn't working. And every time the mouse moved, it moved in the opposite direction it was supposed to go. And I came in and she was moving she had it upside down. Like she just had the mouse upside down. And I was like, really? Anyways, distracted by some work and heard in the background David asking sugar in sugar. Exactly, James. I think you've got other things to worry about, don't you, James? You have to have some... What we got? Twitch, reset with love. We could talk lemons or not. See, that's the funny thing is I got no problem with lemons. Pineapples, I'm allergic to. But lemons, no, I'm good. Miss cooking, baking for 3 growing sons. If you visit, I can handle cooking whatever you like. I guess that's it. Cooking for the kid. It's never ending. The best bread is pizza. Oh, yeah, it's so true. Go! Stop! Full-time job! I clicked the big Discord. Oh, my God. Now, Alien A's Discord stream to join right now to the server. Yes! Thank you, Alien A. Good. My tech skills have evaporated, says ICS Press. Here in Argentina, we make a homemade bread with little bits of pork rind. Oh, God. Oh, my God. That sounds so good. Didn't you design Bruce Gray's website? Watcher, I did. Years ago, I did. Yeah. My sister and I worked on it when we had our company. And sadly, Bruce is no longer with us. And it's so weird because Bruce is just an absolutely lovely, mad gentleman. Yeah, lovely guy. Absolutely lovely guy. Yeah, I did a website for him. I think went back in the Traders days. I think I was doing that for him. And he used to do these wonderful, basically little blogs. I mean, back when, maybe even before blogging was blogging, he had these little posts. He would post these little stories about his time in the industry. And he was a gay man at a time that actors couldn't be gay. And so he lived this whole... He lived in sort of fear for a large part of his career, and then when he was sort of finally able to sort of come out, he was just so sort of empowered, and he was a amazing man who could just make you laugh. It would just make you laugh, and was just so smart and sort of learned. I mean, like, he had a wisdom from his many years, and I used to joke about how old he was, and he's just, yeah, absolutely lovely guy. Bruce's are all mad as a box. Maybe that's true. It's possible, James. Mad as a box. I love it. Bruce Gray was great in Traders. Yeah, Bruce Gray was great in everything. Fantastic, man. He did some stuff with Guillermo as well. Yeah. What do we got? What else we got going here? I love Grant Jansky. Oh, thank you, Watcher. Yeah, Grant Jansky was a lot of fun. So this is a show called Traders that I did out of Toronto. Actually, just after, so I quit acting for a couple of years to do IT, and I thought, oh, this is it. I'm out. I'm done. I had such a sort of a strange and disillusioning experience on Kung Fu Legend Continues, and so I sort of like said, that's it. I'm out. I'm gonna go play with things I love, computers, and so this completely untrained, uneducated little nerd went and worked for a voicemail company for a while, and I just loved it. Thank you very much, Alexa. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Like working for like $9 an hour or something ridiculous. Like I literally went from working on a Warner Brothers show, earning ridiculous amounts of money to do very, very little, to earning $9 an hour. And I was happier doing that at the time. And then when that sort of wrapped up, I had an audition for this show Traders before Traders was a brand new show, and I auditioned for it. And it was basically playing what I've been doing for 2 years. I mean, not exactly, but I mean, not nearly. I was not nearly as smart as Grant Jansky, but it was the same kind of existence, basically living at your desk or under your desk, or just living for computers and tech and numbers and stuff. And so that's what I've been doing. So I went to this audition, and I was sort of laughing. They're like, we did this part, and they're like, oh wow, that's the, thank you so much, and what do what can we see you in now? And I was like, oh, I'm nothing, I'm doing this. I was like, I'm doing the computer side of this role, and so I think they sort of had got a kick out of that, and ended up hiring me for that. Just an amazing bunch. Allison, Allison, who I guess originally created the show. It was Allison and the fabulous Bones, who's I'm going to drink my coffee. The fabulous fellow who made Bones, who I'm gonna have to check his name again, but just amazing guy. And of course, as soon as I have to say names online, I just absolutely lose it. It's almost like a it's almost like a disability. It's like as soon as I have to say names, my brain freezes. I panic. Oh my god, I'm gonna get the names right. I'm gonna get the names wrong. And it was Hart Hanson was the guy. Hart is just, God, another just genius guy. I think he was in science before he became a writer. But he's like just, again, this just wonderful guy to work for. And Allison was fantastic, and yeah, it was an amazing experience, honestly. But it came out of the fact that I was actually the fact of the matter is I was actually doing the work of Grant Jansky to some extent. I mean, and that it was just all about computers. So I have the same issue on names. I am ADHD, so maybe that's it. Maybe it's my ADHD, Mr. Clean Tracy, because I got that too. I'm with you on that. Names are hard. I forgot my own a few times, says Sally. Yeah, I'm sure I've panicked about that a few times. I've missed another Cal joke, I'm sure. What do we got, Cal? I hope your pixel horse falls off a cliff, Ruby K. Well done. That's very nice. Hart Hanson, thank you, Lady Shelley. Way ahead of me. What is this? Get off my lawn. Grant Jansky, Chaos Theory. Paperclips, waving back. Paperclips, waving back. Oh my God, there's more recipes. Blueberry muffins, how do we get to this? Come on. Pat McKenna has ADHD. I saw him on a PBS special. Pat McKenna does have ADHD, which I found out after, and he's being quite an advocate for that stuff. In fact, I should look him up because it's surprisingly a new diagnosis for me. I mean, I know no one who knows me is surprised in any way, including myself. And in fact, in a strange way, it's had zero impact on my life because I don't think it's sort of changed. It's changed much, but it is nice to have a framework for how to approach things. Like it's, things that were difficult for me. I now realize why they were difficult for me, and also, it's just, I mean, knowing that you've got something like that going into things like, even my best example is is like a calendar, it's like a scheduler, instead of writing on little bits of paper and losing them and constantly forgetting things that I wanted to remember, I started using this bullet journal, which has just been amazing. And that came from an amazing YouTube channel called How to ADHD. And she is extraordinary. Just so much fun. McKenna, okay, so you saw that. It was awesome. Oh, really? I'll have to check that out. Okay. Yes, everything suddenly makes sense about one's life. It definitely was a part of that for me. I suddenly went like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I understand. That's, that explains a lot of grumpiness and a lot of ups and downs and stuff. Did you see the deleted scene that Malazzi recently posted in his blog? I did not, Shutterfoot. Was it a McKay one? Pac Mom, no. Oh, scones. God, they're talking about food again. If you drink tea, what is your favorite tea? Good question. I do drink tea every single morning. I usually like the red, Sainsbury's red. We buy the giant bags of the Sainsbury's red tea. So that's what we usually go with. But basically, it's the good, strong English tea, basically. Well, it's not English tea at all, is it really? It's orange pekoe. But that's usually my go-to. Earl Grey hot. I like Earl Grey sometimes, but it can be a little too sort of perfumey for me sometimes. So I prefer the old school ones. Spud Lightyear. So I've watched, welcome Spud Lightyear, by the way. So I've watched dope things whipping by. We don't have Sainsbury's in Canada. We don't order it from the UK. Normally we go to the UK, and this year we've run out. So we've had to buy other stuff, which is just not the same. But yeah, we usually do that. We usually, because we visit England every year and we go to Wales, and that's usually our summer holidays. But of course, this year we're not doing that, so we are out. We're out, kids. Okay, what do we got? Tea. Let's go back to Spud Lightyear. Here we go. So I watched all of Stargate multiple times. My favorite series off the whole universe was Atlantis. Main reasons was because of mainly McKay. Well, you had me at McKay. And always will be. Always, I'll stop being a fan. Anyways, I'll stop being a fanboy now. No need. Spud Lightyear, please, go on. Well, welcome, Spud Lightyear, and thank you for saying so. I was very, very, very fortunate with McKay. The writers loved writing for McKay because many of them were very McKay-like, and I mean that as a compliment. So yeah, it was. I feel like I was very lucky that I got to embrace my inner McKay. So many of us are not allowed to do that and probably shouldn't. So probably good. You made that show great. Huh. I really like the way this chat is going. How you finding the chat now, Cal? Thank you, Mr. Clean Tracy. I get very embarrassed. Someone said, like, if you're not good at taking compliments, then take them for someone else. I thought that was nice. So you can sort of take them and pass them on to someone else. Like Baz. LOL, what do we got? I was confused about the Sainsbury's too. It's my local. Sainsbury's, you need to get some tea runners, David. Fabulous teas every month. Thank you, Monica Lake. That is Jules' better half. Jules' other half. God, I wouldn't say that. Who does that, isn't it? We've had some. I had some with Aaron from Red Giant when I was visiting him. Remember when we used to be able to go out and see people? I have. What have you got? I have to catch a bus to get to Sainsbury's. Nonetheless, get out of here then. You don't miss out on Sainsbury's. I knew you'd call me out. Yes, you did, Cal. I feel like I enjoy Atlantis more now that I kind of know you. Oh, Becca Mama Bear. Well, thank you. Did Russia change McKay from SG-1 McKay to Atlantis McKay? He seemed really subdued in Rising Part 1. Yeah, because he wasn't McKay. That was written for another part entirely. It was supposed to be a completely different character. And of course, the change was done so late that basically they just changed the name in the script and really not the lines. So basically it was, he was subdued because it really wasn't a McKay. It really wasn't a McKay episode. John P7, never apologize for leaving. Enjoy, have fun. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for staying as long as you have. Writers love to write for Ronan. I bet McKay was a full-time job for 3 people. Yes. Ronan, Ronan, in a way, writers have to write more because they didn't write a lot of dialogue. They had to write a lot of directions, basically, rather than lines. And directions take a lot longer on page often. Lines, yes. They used to say that any episode with McKay had to be like 3 times longer than all the other ones because I spoke so freaking quickly. Charlie is his name. Very good. No, you can't do Baz's Wookiee growl. Hope you don't mind if I do a McKay portrait for one of my upcoming projects. It's fine with me. Painting of me? Why would I mind? I do want do the whole main cast and Zelenka, but I kind of want to start with McKay. I would start and finish with McKay. I would start with McKay, then do the rest of the cast, and then you'll be really, really exceptionally good then. And then you come back to McKay and make me even better. How's that? James Gurney, Cal, I think Nightbot needs an ego meter. I think we're approaching critical mass. Yeah, ban him, Cal. Ban. It is McKay, scene with Carson. I'll see if I can find it. We don't know what they're talking about, but something great. I like the idea that Russia made him subdued. What, that he was sort of put in his place by Russia? I would love to have I'd love episodes about what happened in Russia. Because I think that McKay's interaction with Russian military and Russian scientists would be freaking hilarious. In fact, someone should just do a Stargate in Russia of that time. I would love to see that. Yeah, see, as much as Rodney talks about leadership, he really wouldn't be a good leader. Too arrogant and wouldn't be able to delegate. Oh my God, am I going to have to start banning everybody? Because you know what? Leadership. I told you I wrote that little thing, right? James Gurney is spamming too much. Seems okay-ish when I scroll up. It's a bad bot regardless. Wish we had another. Are there better bots for this, Cal? James? Would you recommend are there better bots? What are the better bots for us to be using? I didn't like the writing for SG-1 McKay. Very iffy approach to women, but loved Atlantis McKay. I mean, the fact of the matter, Bronze Scale, is McKay was an absolute chauvinist pig. I mean, that was sort of the point, right? I mean, I think what was interesting about McKay was that he was so flawed, like so incredibly flawed. He was he's like ridiculously smart, but it was almost entirely undone by his persona. I mean, I really felt like he was almost Asperger's in his dealings with people. But again, there were so many people I knew like that. Like I've always rather loved nerds, sort of having been one myself, I guess, or I just and yet because I grew up with five younger sisters, well, grew up with three younger sisters, but now I have five younger sisters, I feel like there was never any concern about respect for women from there. I have an incredibly smart family of women in my family. And so it's just kind of fun to play up the fact that somebody would imagine that women weren't up for this kind of job. So crossover strongly relates to McKay. Very good. Well, here's the thing. I think there's a McKay spectrum, and I think we're all somewhere on the McKay spectrum. That's a chart somewhere we should gotta come up with. I thought McKay was socially inept nerd, too much in his head, not looking to others. Yeah, he was not. I mean, also I think he was so worried about being rejected that he just sort of put it out there like, well, I'm just incredibly smart and nobody likes me because I'm really smart. It was just an easy way of getting out of it. Jaspin Mir is you have autism as well. I read lots of some aspects of McKay. It's funny, Harklight also is on the autism spectrum and was saying that he saw similarities with both me and McKay from that perspective. I've never been tested for any of that. I'm on the better Zelenka spectrum. Cal, you keep trying, Cal. It's just really cute to see Cal just trying. Speaking of women, where is this? Speaking of women, is your mum still in England, David? Yes, she is firmly ensconced in London, having a rather lovely time. Although I do wish she was out in Warwickshire still, because I feel that would be a lot safer and, frankly, much better for me because I could go and visit her there. Gotta run. Another meeting I have to attend to. Thanks for the stream, David. James, everybody. James Gurney, the one and only fabulous James Gurney. Thank you very much, James. Do be safe. And obviously, if you want to chat about anything, then let me know. It sounds like work is stressful. So lots of love, buddy. All right. What else we got? ADHD, often comorbid with autism. I'm diagnosed with both, but there's a lot of overlap. Interesting. Wow. That would be interesting. I got to figure that out. I got to look into that. If you watch 48 Hours, while McKay would have been nicer about it, he's right most of the time. Carter was guessing. Oh, Gravity Gunner. I am not opening up that kettle of worms. You just, you go right for it. Asperger's is associated primarily with difficulty communicating. But there is also, Commander Lake, is there not also an aspect of part of that difficulty in communicating is picking up social cues as well, right? I can see that. I'm a woman, so it was odd how it hit home. Bronze Scale, where's that? I have no issues with him being an asshole. It's the uncovered sexism and sexual identity that I have a problem with, but that stops in SGA. Again, I think here's the thing. I think that's he to me is the perfect example of like old school sort of toxic, in a strange way, for such an unmasculine man. It was that toxic masculinity, right? And I think that again, the flaws in characters, I think, help build the character. There's a great, I quote Obama on this all the time, where there's like, there are good people who do bad things. There are bad people who do good things. I mean, and I think it's kind of, to me, it sort of fleshed the character out. He was disgusting with women. He would be, my God, he would have been, frankly, he would have been kicked out by today's standards. But I think in the early SG-1 days, there was a different perspective on that. They were just seen as a sort of a necessary evil in the world of science. Whereas I feel that by the time Atlantis came out, the world had changed and the perspective on that had changed. So I think he's in a way he's like a dinosaur. Stop it, Cal. I know where Cal's going to jump in on that, but you know, McKay is a relic. I'm a relic. I mean, it's the same. I'm of that era as well. I mean, luckily, it's so funny. My friends and I sort of joke about this that for once, finally, we feel like we're vindicated because we were the nice guys growing up. Because we, for the most part, although, God, I'm sure I treated some girlfriends horribly, sort of from an emotional standpoint, because I was trying to figure a lot of my own stuff out. But the reality is, I think, other than just being a bit selfish, we would never, I think we were never making unwanted advances, and being quite so sort of, should we say, classically male, back in the day. I mean, there were people who would basically were relentless until someone said yes. And I never understood that. I had friends who, in high school, who felt like any woman who was, if a woman was incapacitated at a dance, that made her like a target, and then you would boast about it. I mean, the number of acquaintances in high school I had to pull off young women at dances was like shocking, and I feel very lucky to have had younger sisters who sort of made me aware of this stuff and understand it more. So as I say, I feel like I was very lucky to have that, as a big part of my upbringing. But the fact that there's not a woman I know who hasn't had some kind of, I mean, there's no way around it. I mean, basically some kind of assault. Well, it is an assault. I mean, basically, it's the where no was not listened to, or where it was just thoroughly unwarranted. There's almost no women that I know that haven't had horrible experiences with that. So, while it's certainly not a part of McKay that I respect in any way, I also feel like I think it's an interesting way to for him to have to deal with. And I think the softening, as people say, of McKay during Atlantis, I think a big part of that was him learning how to communicate with people. Like he was like operating at a 16-year-old, a frustrated 16-year-old level. And then because he got out of academia and into the actual in the field stuff, he realized that there was more to it than just being right, which I think was really interesting. I did watch a bit of Scorpion. Yeah, I've watched a few of them. It's fun, really fun. Time to go. Food is calling. Oh, food. Is it time for food? Tree of Women is too many women at once to deal with. Well, I had my family was definitely very female. My dad was away a lot as a doctor. So it was always my mom. My mom was fabulous and raised us, just basically dedicated herself to raising us. And then finally managed to get back to university in her 30s and did a part-time to become a PhD, a doctor. She's also a Dr. Hewlett. So incredibly proud of my mom for doing that. It makes you think that maybe I could actually do some school myself. You watched Midway the other day. Great cameo. Oh, fantastic. Thank you. King Ice Ninja 121. Ah, that was so much fun. Roland Emmerich, just what a like legend to work with. Talk about legend. That guy, amazing. Completely agree, unless it's a completely criminal light. Yeah, I mean, I think McKay was on the cusp, I think. Especially in the light of every woman having experienced assault, isn't this a reason to not also put it in 21st century media? Yes, I would never, want that as a part of a character. I would never choose to have that as part of the character. I mean, the part was written originally as a guest star. I was supposed to be there as the problem that Carter had to deal with in that episode. That was never planned to have this character come back. And it's like an actor's dream, right? You do a part and then they go, "We want you to come back," and it's like, but that's me. They want me back. Yeah, I'm such a good jerk. So I think they struggled in the move from SG1 to Atlantis because they didn't want to just erase that history. And I was very eager not to erase it too because he is inappropriate. He does say and do the wrong thing, and I think that I like to think that in the humor of that, in the obvious, ridiculously awful behavior, that maybe that will make people aware that they shouldn't be like that. So I feel like it is an interesting dilemma, though, because I do feel like it wouldn't have been. Look, if Atlantis was cast now, it would and should have been played by a person of color playing the McKay scientist. Originally, there was lots of moving stuff around. There's a horrible tendency in the film and television industry to check boxes, and the diversity box, as they would say, where it's like, oh, okay, well, we've got sort of we've gone black, as they would say, with one role, so we can go white on this. I mean, it's extraordinarily horrible. And nowadays, I like to think that, and now that said, I absolutely received the benefit of that. I mean, McKay is wonderful. Like I reveled in him. I loved playing the part. I'm very fortunate that the world was the way it was then, and that is a part of my privilege. Having grown up where I have in the color that I am, with the parents and the history that my family afforded me, but the reality is that it shouldn't be that way now. I think it needs to reflect that change. So I would like to think that if there was another Stargate and a character like McKay came up, that a person of color would have the opportunity to do that. But again, I also feel like as a white man, an elderly white man, as Cal would say, I think you'll find that exploring those horrible kind of characters it's just amazing acting. Like, it's so much fun to act, because it's part of the joy of acting is doing things that you would never do in real life. So the idea of being of just being that idiot at a party, or being that guy who just doesn't know how to deal with women in a situation, especially women who are as smart, if not smarter than he. I'd love to know who McKay's parents were. I'd love to know what that dynamic was like, because what birthed this child? You know what I mean? Anyways, not elderly. I'm feeling elderly today. We've been up for, oh my God, has it been 2 hours and 20 minutes? Holy crap, so I should go eat something. I'm going to scroll up now and check that it wasn't you who just told me to wash my mouth out with soap. What? What's up? I am comforted by the knowledge that I can physically take down someone twice my size and weight. Need to go. Another meeting. Lady Shelley, enjoy. Thank you for being here. So what's up? I grew up in a very nerdy spaces, understanding how misogyny is built into so many of them. LARPing especially bad. To be longer than it should have for me to realize that it wasn't normal or acceptable. Yeah. Look, I mean, this is the problem with the tech industry, that the tech industry is only beginning to get itself out of. We're seeing it in the gaming industry now. I mean, this Ubisoft is just struggling with this too, with a bunch of predatorial. The problem is that the business in general has rewarded predatory, almost psychotic type personalities, and rewarded them immensely for what they have done to do that. You see that over and over again in startup entrepreneurial culture. You've got these often, white men of privilege who, or not for that matter, but doesn't really matter, who are praised or have been praised and have been financially rewarded for being ruthless, for not saying not taking no for an answer, for for always figuring out how to get exactly what they want. And our culture has rewarded people like that for time. What is it? Time immemorial, whatever it is. That's changing now. Not enough, not fast enough, but it is changing now. And I feel like, it's okay for me because I feel like I've got to a point where like I'm in my 50s now, and yet I've managed to, all of the advantages I've had, I see looking back, I go, oh my God, like these are things that I completely took for granted. The fact that my parents, or that I could even consider being an actor, that I could at my private school decide that I was not going to focus on academics, but I was going to focus on becoming an actor. Who could do that? You know what I mean? People have to earn a living. People can't afford to just like do what they want for a living. I remember my grandfather saying to me like, but I don't understand. What do you mean you're looking for a job you want? You get the job you can get, So, hello, Claps 8. How we doing? Sorry, I have just been frickin' babbling, haven't I? I'm sorry. It seems I never touched on that at all. I hope that they wouldn't just kind of come out of nowhere with it. What's that? The way around. I think it was a woman who asked her out. What's going on here? I maintain that there's at least one alternative universe in which Carter and McKay ended up living happily ever after. And it was me who told you to wash your mouth. That was soap, by the way. I see now, just making sure I wasn't... what do we got? Jennifer Keller was initially going to be lesbian. Wish they went with it. There's a deleted scene where you could see her asking another woman out. At least we got the first gay character in SGU. Sadly, a bit late. Yeah, I mean, it's weird to think that science fiction is so antiquated in many of its sort of tropes on television. Although I would say that books, sci-fi books, very, very good. I remember reading, Steel Beach much, much younger, and the way the character transitioned from male to female in the middle of the book with an operation, and it was just extraordinary to me. Like, it was just like, wow, oh my God, that's so cool. Pacing was all wrong because relationships weren't a big thing in Stargate, but it seemed like the steps in their relationship would come after he saved her life. First drink, he saved her in Trio. First kiss, he saved her in Brainstorm. Very unhealthy. There's definitely, it's interesting that there's definitely something to be said about, don't forget to ask Baz if he would like a copy of Alien Isolation. Thank you very much. Also, send me a DM. Also, I'd like see you playing it too and listen to your opinion on the game, ambience, and looks. Well, thank you very much, Offset. That is very, very nice of you. Did it surprise you that all of the McKay ended up with Dr. Kell in the last season of Atlantis? There are certain things in science fiction, or I shouldn't say science fiction, in television. There are certain things that are expected out of television. And for some reason, the partnering up stuff seems to be a big part of it. There was a simplicity to Stargate that I loved, and that I think spoke to people. But at the same time, I think it, as a result, I think it sort of may have definitely pushed out some more of the progressive relationship and sort of sexual identity stuff, all that kind of stuff. Again, I mean, it was a very, very, very white, very male group of sci-fi nerds writing for it. I mean, that's no slight on them, just that that's the way the writers' room had sort of formed up. Again, this was a writers' room that was created for SG-1 how many years ago? Like, long before this was even, unfortunately, long before any of this stuff had sort of come into the foreground. So both the treatment of women and the treatment of people of color, LGBTQ2 plus. I mean, all of these areas have sort of happened since the beginning, since the whole Stargate franchise was set up. So I do feel like it could be, I'd love to see where they go with it next because of that. I like Jewel, hated Keller. Interesting. I mean, Keller was a tough part. There was a lot of stuff. Stargate did romance best when it was subtle. Yeah, I think that's it. It's like the moonlighting thing, right? It's better just to argue. Like, don't get people together. Just have them. The will they not thing is so much more interesting, right? To be fair, an hour after Atlantis, there was Battlestar Galactica on the same channel where gay relationships are treated as nothing special, right? Yeah, but again, Battlestar was really turning science fiction on its head at the time, right? That was something completely, I would say, completely new to certainly to mass audiences, if that makes sense. And as a result, while incredibly popular from a critic standpoint and rewards and all this kind of stuff, the Atlantis and Stargate at the time were much better viewed because again it was a lot more accessible, and unfortunately television will always go towards the more accessible, right? Brainstorm was awesome for lots of reasons. I like this character was made for everyone to hate to some extent. Yeah, I think that's it. I can finish my stats final when I'm nothing this weekend. Absolutely freaking nothing but sitting around being a lazy sloth and celebrating this semester done. Well done, Pack Mom. You enjoy it as you should. All right, you know what? I should wrap this up because you know what? It's been a while, and I got to go get something to eat, and I've got kids and dogs to drag around the block and all that kind of stuff. So, and I got to prep for tomorrow's Tech Bandits, which is GameBandits. So I get to talk about PC stuff. What am I talking about gaming tomorrow? I got a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff I want to look into. So, goodbye, Dave. Thanks again. Bye. Hey, Wolfsbane, did you just sort it out? Did you get in there? I hate for it to end, but thank you for a great talk today. Just been a pleasure. Mdu. And a Vulcan greeting to you too. I'm not going to try it. I'll clearly get it wrong. Thank you for thoughtful discussion in chat. Ditto. I feel like Keller was written too. We go back on that again. Oh, you're welcome, buddy. Yeah, check out the box. Get yourself signed up for this. They are alien3d.us. Go check them out. Can I put them? Actually, can I put it in the stream? I can, can't I? Am I allowed to? Am I allowed to, Cal? Do I have to ask for permission? It's alien. Let's see, make sure I get this right. Alien3d.us, right? I'm gonna cut and paste the link myself first to make sure I've got it, and then I will before I sign off because I should definitely thank them for that. Here we go. Is that the right link? Come on, you slow internet from the 1980s. What's going on? I can almost hear the modem dialing. There we go. Okay. All right. It should be lightning fast. What's going on? All right. That is the link. And thank you so much to Josh for that. Yeah, I can't wait. I'll do that again. I'll see you next Tuesday. In the meantime, Wednesday, 11 is Tech Bandits, Game Bandits, talking about gaming and PC gaming mainly, but just gaming with the kids. And then Friday, I've got Tech Bandits again. I will be talking to Tony Ellis, our fabulous inventor, about the COVID sensor that the kids have come up with. And I also, now I think about it, thanks to our little alien3d.us, we've got a couple of little nano Arduinos that maybe we could set up with a couple of sensors. And again, thank you, DStat, sponsor level Patreon, all of you fabulous patrons out there, all you subscribers, much appreciated. It really helps a nerd out during a pandemic to keep these kids slightly entertained, and myself wildly entertained. Cal, thank you for being the hammer that is Cal. All of our mods, for that matter, and yeah, I will. I guess this is me signing out. So until we geek again, I'm frantically looking for the things to click so that I click the right things to stop the stream and make it all sound very good. So until we geek again. Huzzah! Huzzah? No, I clicked the wrong thing. Let's try it again. So until we geek again,